Show, your favorite show, Tone Groove.
J Noble's white man is back. Yo, how was Antarctica?
We thought you was dead, dog.
Man, that shit was cold.
How'd you get back? They letting people
colder
in?
than me. You know what I'm saying, huh?
They letting foreigners back in?
I knew a guy.
Okay.
You
got okay.
Yeah.
He got one of them gold cards.
Yes, he got the gold
he
card.
got the gold. He come and go as he
You know what I'm
please.
I was about
You
to fuck a
gotta-
real ID. You don't need it.
Nah,
But,
I got that too, though. You gotta have extra protection.
But everybody in the comment section, I don't know if you've been noticing Lauren, but people have been asking like, where the fuck is Lauren? That for
Yeah,
real?
I
'Cause-
responded to one person.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lauren's back. So say, thanks for coming back, Lauren.
Say
in the
happy
comment section.
return day, Lauren.
Yeah,
I want a bunch of happy return day Laurens in the comments.
Like the video, share, subscribe. But you were saying Tyrese Haliburton. I've been seeing it's Hallie anything. Hallie whatever.
Hallie.
You could,
Yo, the other day I shot a jump shot in a trash can. I screamed out Hallie.
Hallie
Crazy.
Band?
Why'd you do that?
I didn't even say
because your
Kobe.
toe was on the line.
I didn't say Kobe. I said Hallie.
Well,
that
did
shit
it-
went in
It
too.
hit and then came back down.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit was flush.
What did it hit the rim and like stay on
Not
it
at
for a
all,
second?
actually. No, that shit was perfect.
Well, if
So
you
why
would
did you say Hallie?
It just came. It was just damn. There's a new king.
But that's Kobe though.
There's a new Mamba.
that's Kobe.
There's a new Mamba in town.
Next time you do that, say groovy and then brace yourself. All the bitches is gonna jump on you. But other than that, we was talking a little bit off air about how like I was saying that Tyrese Haliburton isn't cold at basketball. Well, I mean, he's an NBA player.
Hold on.
He's a starting point guard for a team that is in the conference finals. So he's great at basketball. I don't want to get that misconstrued to say that he's bad, but in terms of the light that you and other like-minded niggas like you are trying to put him in,
What did I say?
maybe bleep that. YouTube got new rules about cursing.
Yeah, let's just see about it. But first of all, that's not even what I said. You said he wasn't cold, and I was like, come on, dog. Like, he's not, we don't have to say he's Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? We don't have to say he's
Somebody
Seth.
that's cold. Somebody that's cold.
Yeah, but he's still
Proving my
a
point.
level of cold. But his game is like,
Warm as shit.
it's not.
His game is lukewarm,
It's
brother.
not warm.
Is
it's
it
just
though?
it comes out the ice
It is.
dispenser. It's just it melts quickly, but it's still ice. It's still ice.
Shaved ice is 2 minutes away from being water.
Not
so-
really. Shaved ice is a little bit better. It stays colder.
I'm exaggerating, but shaved ice
that.
is 2 minutes away from just being a cup of H2O. So how reliable is it?
Very reliable if you have a lot of ice, which he does, nigga.
Look at the ice on this.
And let's just talk about what?
The ice in this cup is so cold that the condensation that comes in on the sides is also frozen now.
I know because I gave it to you, nigga.
From AJ's home. Congratulations.
Yeah, but
servant.
my hands grace the cup.
You ever heard a nigga brag about being a butler?
Nah, I have
This is
not.
the first time I've ever heard something like this.
Jeffrey.
First of all, nigga,
Jeffrey wasn't even proud of it. Jeffrey's whole character was like sarcasm.
Nah, he was proud about it when he left. He had to come back.
Yeah, because he realized that they needed him.
Correct.
Hillary was in the kitchen burning,
nigga.
burning the food.
I pitied you. I pitied that
Uncle
you had
Phil
to
didn't
get.
pay his taxes on time. Like it was turmoil in the Fresh Prince home.
No, nigga. I pitied that you had to get up. So, nigga, I was being a good friend.
Regardless, though,
He's cold though. He is cold.
He
in
is
a way.
cold and
on paper. If you put his stats on anybody on paper, he's cold.
well,
On paper.
that's why I prefaced or preface, however you say that, with he's good at basketball, of course. But in terms of when you say cold,
All right.
well,
Can I
let me
name
explain. Let me explain. When we say cold, we're talking about somebody who's so good at basketball that they themselves, just them as individual products, can go out there and do something. He needs a phenomenal team around him. If you watch the game, he doesn't create his own shot very well at all.
He creates shots for others.
Exactly.
He's a point guard.
My point is, well, Steph Curry's also a point guard.
but
Kyrie Irving's also a point
Hallie's
guard.
Not a
more of a
conventional
pass first
point
point
guard.
guard.
But why is that?
Because that's how point guards play.
Yeah.
No, that's
a
not
certain
how
way.
point guards
But
play.
that's how a lot of that's how they used to
play.
play. And that's a way of playing the point guard position.
And the
so he's
position
just
of
playing it a way that you don't like.
And the people who became point guards after that tried and true time were so cold at basketball that they became like pseudo shooting guards to where they could create their own shot. And they did that effectively enough to where you're not mad at Steph Curry for having 5 assists. Point being, when we say somebody's cold at basketball, it means that you, just in terms of an individual talent.
Chris Paul is a foundational like point guard and like you liked Chris Paul, you thought he was cold.
He would be considered cold.
So
right?
what is y'all definition of cold? What do y'all mean by cold?
Hold on.
Because Chris Paul isn't cold.
Okay.
Chris
Paul ain't cold.
There you go. Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Is LaMelo cold?
Yes.
Okay.
How's Tyrese not cold? Okay.
LaMelo is more flashy in general.
All right, DeMar DeRozan.
Yes. When we say somebody's cold at basketball, we mean that they can get a bucket.
Jalen Brunson.
That's what cold means.
Jalen Brunson is different.
Jalen Brunson is cold.
Yeah, but that's different.
So,
cold means that you can get a bucket by yourself.
He can do that by himself.
Tyrese Haliburton can't watch the game.
I've seen him hit a few step backs on niggas on 3. Like
that's different. He's not like he can't create his own shot. He has a little weird ass crab dribble he does. There's this highlight footage of Steve Urkel playing basketball on Family Matters.
I saw
and
that.
They said that that's exactly how he plays, and it kind of is, dog. When they put the footage side by side, that's exactly how they play. I watch these games in full.
Yeah.
I'm literally seeing it. He can't create his own shot, especially against playoff defense. Now, that doesn't mean, Lauren, that he can't hit a step back. Of course, he can hit a step back, but he can't get that step back whenever he wants.
So are there
like a James Harden?
James
Harden is cold enough at basketball to where it don't matter what y'all do. He's gonna get his shit off when he wants to.
I think
Luka's gonna get his shit off when he wants to.
Can I say something? Hold on, Lauren.
Go ahead.
Tyrese Haliburton is circumstantial.
Are there other pass first point guards that are cold? Like, can you think of pass first point guards that are cold? Like a John Stockton? Like who like?
So based off what my definition of cold is, somebody who, like, when you're watching somebody play basketball, right? It just at an open gym, and you see a nigga tween heads across, he gets a bucket, and your head you go, that nigga cold. You don't say a nigga's cold when he comes off a screen and he's chest pass. Like nobody, that doesn't evoke cold. So just by my definition of cold, I'm talking about a nigga who is a bucket getter.
What about the no look dimes or passes that he might have without like that are smooth that you don't even see coming? Like just the other day on
those are cool, but he doesn't lane.
So that's what I was gonna say. That's what it is.
Well, and
that's what it boils down to. It's literally cool or not. It's
cool
just
or not.
Do you fuck with how he looks?
But
Lauren,
I'm not going to discredit
that. I'm not going to discredit it because that is a part.
That's it.
Of
It's
being
cool or not.
cold,
it's a part
but
of
it's
it.
still
But Lauren,
not enough though, and that's what he's trying to.
Don't deduce it down to just like it has to look good. It also has to look good, and you got to be able to do it on your own. Like the no look pass is cold, it's cool, but it looks better when he can do that and he can do the other. When he can dance on his own, he can't.
He can't. You've seen him do that a bunch of times. He does that.
I'm telling you, dog. Watch the games. I watch the games and I played ball, so it's like I don't know. I don't get the argument for real. I'm watching the nigga struggle to get past, unless he does a hezzy and he can't just blow past you. And when he blows past you, he's gonna drive and kick like a real fucking pass first point guard. But he don't have it's no bag. He don't have a bag for real. That's not to say he can't do any moves, but he doesn't have a bag. Pull it up.
This is 1 year ago. We'll just watch this silently.
Yeah, we'll watch this silently.
But I mean, you can
they see this?
I don't know.
It's probably illegal, right?
I don't know if we should put that up.
All right, now boom. You can even pause it right here.
Okay.
Simple step back.
Okay.
Simple step back.
He made it.
He made that. It's cold.
I didn't.
And that's the game.
And that's a buzzer. Come on.
That doesn't evoke cold to me. Boom. Another one. It's just he's not really doing much, dog. Fake off the screen. Half of that move was because
Curry does that all the time.
Half of that move was because his defender thought he was running off the screen.
Curry does that all the time.
Exactly.
And Curry does other shit too.
He does other shit too. Look at that.
Like what?
Shit, what are you talking about?
Y'all niggas don't know basketball for real, dog. No.
For the viewers, J Doubles, can you explain to the viewers what just happened?
What just happened?
Play it again, dog. Was that pretty? Are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. That's literally the only reason.
I told you he has a crab dribble. That's it.
But that's what I'm literally saying. You just don't think it's cool.
It's like
that's
it's
what
not
I'm
cool.
saying. You just don't think it's cool enough. Oh shit, that's on me.
Bro, if you put this nigga on an island by himself, nothing's happening. This was a transition bucket. The defense wasn't already set. All he did was come down and do a little push cross. That's not a bag.
That's
not a bag.
Hold on. What other move does he need? Like
we're gonna watch his highlights.
Right?
We're gonna watch.
Cold, right?
We're gonna watch his highlights, and then we're gonna watch the highlights of a nigga cold. And if you can't tell the difference, I don't know what to say to y'all.
LeBron is cold, right?
Yeah. Well, LeBron.
Say something different. Nigga.
What?
Say something different, nigga.
Sip your. By the way, we're sipping alcohol. We're a little, So apologies if we're a little loud and,
A part of the hate that LeBron gets is that his bag isn't illustrious. That's a part of the reason why niggas front on him. That's a part of it.
Part of it?
But you can't compare Tyrese Haliburton to LeBron James, dog. If you're going to do that right now with a straight face, we can stop talking about basketball.
Who said that?
Because LeBron James is a 6'8" point forward, the supreme athleticism. Like, come on, dog. You can't.
Who said that?
He's the second greatest basketball player of all time.
Tony, who said that?
So what case are you making?
Whoa,
I would love to understand.
Okay, so before you say that,
I would love to understand because you brought LeBron up.
Yeah, okay,
Why?
Calm down.
Why, brother?
I just wanted to see your opinion, but I was just saying that because he's not flashy. LeBron has a couple moves that everybody knows, and part of his moves is the fact that he's 6'8" and a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Like
he's a diesel. He's a diesel truck.
So you can make the argument that LeBron isn't cold. Phenomenal basketball player.
Y'all
and
don't
I
know
just
what
wanted to
cold
hear
means.
your opinion on it because I think
y'all don't know what cold means.
No,
y'all don't know what cold means.
Wait.
Because just because a nigga isn't cold doesn't mean he's not great at basketball. I feel like I keep having to say that because y'all are acting like me not calling him cold is me saying he's bad at basketball.
Nobody said that, dog. Honestly,
The
nobody said
definition
that.
of cold means you get a bucket in a supremely sensational looking way.
I think part of it.
So by that definition, he's not cold.
I think part of it was the question was, is he not a level of cold? That was the question. Nobody was trying to put him. That was the question. That was the question.
Before we started recording on it, all I say was that, he's not, Kyrie.
Even his game winner. Even the game winner that he hit against the Knicks.
Well, I mean, come on. Kawhi
had the same thing.
I'm not talking about the bounce dribble. I'm not talking about the bounce dribble.
Okay.
I'm talking about how he got it. He drove out. He drove with the intentions of passing the ball. He picked it up. Bridges came through, popped it out his hands. It's 2 seconds left on the clock. He has no choice but to take his dribble and try to step back all the way to three and hit the shot.
Didn't it come off of a board? It didn't come off a board?
No, it came off a loose ball. It came out.
Oh, well, that's what it was. It's a loose ball.
He was driving to the basket.
Yeah.
He picked it up because he knows he's not cold enough on his own.
He was about to finish. I watched that. He was
Pull the play up, dog.
He was about to
pull the play up, dog.
And even if he was about to pass that, that would have been a great pass.
Play up.
He was about to pick the ball up.
He
do
did.
something.
He
was about
ball
to do something.
To do something.
To pass.
To do something.
To do something.
Nigga, you can't
That's it.
read.
To do
That's
something.
a driving kick.
Literally to do something. Just
We're watching it now, by the way.
all right. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it in real time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it in real time.
Let me go to the moment.
Apologies to the audio listeners, but you never see anything either. So get past him.
See, look at that.
No. He was about to go hit the ball.
He hit the ball. That's all it was.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but he was about to. But look where he was going to the hoop.
Yeah, he was going.
To the cup,
Pause it on that.
He was going to the cup.
Y'all love Haliburton.
Bro, no, I don't.
That's because you play like him.
Bro, he's going to the cup.
There's nobody to pass it to.
He playing it. Pause.
He got knocked out right there.
He picked the ball up right here with Mitchell Rock.
No,
he hit the ball.
Are you?
Okay.
No. Let me show you another play. Let me show you. Let me show you another angle. I have to show you another angle because Lauren, you're judging it off this. You have no idea what the fuck happened.
There was a close-up angle on his side.
Slow-mo.
Hold on.
Maybe I got it wrong. Slow-mo.
You're not going to be able to tell from this angle, dog. You know what I'm talking about. You saw it.
I saw that angle, but this angle.
Boom.
No, he hit the ball, dog.
He hit the ball.
I know what you were talking about because I saw that angle too.
He hit the ball after he picked it up.
There's a camera by the Pacers bench that saw it from the angle that was like facing, like that was behind the hoop. So
there's discourse about if he double dribbled. He didn't double dribble. He did pick the ball up, but Mikal Bridges hit it out of his hands. Let me see if I can find this clip.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see it.
Let me see if I can find this clip. Let me just do.
Oh yeah, right. He was trying to pick it up. And Mikal hit it at the same time.
He put two hands on the ball. Go to YouTube and see if you can put. Go to YouTube and see if you can just put Tyrese Haliburton double dribble game winner. I think that might pull up the angle that we need to see. Even when you look at this angle, he's not looking at the basket. Maybe that one. Yeah, try that one. Boom, tween, gets past his defender, right? Pause it.
Trying to pick it up, yeah.
Did you see him not slap that ball with two hands?
Yeah, he was.
That's what I'm saying, Lauren. And then what happened?
But he didn't have control. He was trying to pick it up. That's what I just said.
But look at where he's looking.
But we're saying the same thing.
You agree now because you see this.
He lost the ball.
No, we're saying the same thing. He lost the ball. He didn't have control of it.
Pause. What are y'all saying? What are y'all like? Yes, he lost the ball. We get that.
Look.
But he wasn't about to do anything with it. He was about to drive and
I'm watching. Look. Look, he looking directly ahead right now.
Mitchell Robinson.
Boom. And then look, he
picks the ball up.
As he picking up, he loses it. And then now he's looking down.
It's smacked out of his hands.
Yeah. That's normal shit.
And I will say,
wait, so what we're talking
I
don't get what you're arguing, Lauren.
He was going to the cup, and
he was not going to the cup. You don't pick the ball up right there with Mitchell Robinson standing in front of you,
bro.
nigga.
That's a euro. That's a literal euro.
Ain't no euro. He don't have that bag.
I don't know if it was a euro. It might have been he was trying to get a foul call or something.
He's going up though.
He was trying to kick to a shooter.
He wasn't trying to get it to it.
No, bro.
He was trying to kick to a shooter.
There was no shooter available.
You look at the corners. That's why you struggled.
I did. There was nobody really available.
Yeah, it was nobody.
I refuse to argue with you niggas about basketball. I'm not gonna lie.
There was nobody available.
I'm not gonna lie.
Look, bro, are you kidding me? Hold on. It's right here.
You got to let the play develop. He's not going to know if anybody's available till he drives and kicks. Have you been a point guard before?
Yes, I have.
Have you been a point guard?
Yes,
So
I have.
So you know, coach tells you, drive to the middle, look both ways, and somebody's open kick. You don't know if anybody's going to be open till somebody kicks. Mind you, who's number 32?
So then
play it.
I see it, but
I don't want to argue. Play it.
But then look.
Play it and pause when he picks the ball up.
I see what you're talking about. 32 is going to go to the corner. I know what you're saying. What I'm saying, that's Miles Turner.
Wide open.
Yeah.
He lost the ball, so he couldn't get it done.
The ball's lost.
He lost the ball, so he couldn't get it done, but his intentions were to drive and kick. That's how he played.
So no,
good play.
As a point guard,
it's a good play, but that's not a bag. That's not cold at basketball.
But
that's your great.
No.
That's being good at basketball.
But as a point guard, you make that decision in real time. So when you get there, you want to be able to look, and you need to know that option is available. But you don't know what's going to happen until you act. So
that's what I just said.
But he picks up the ball to decide and make a move. I think he's going to go to the cup or pass, whichever one's the better option in that moment. That's simple as that.
Yeah,
as simple as that.
It looked strange. It looked like he was trying to just do something, like get a foul call. Because
he's not a superstar, dog. He's not.
Bridges was
cold. He's not cold, and he's not cold. He's not cold. Nobody wants to play like Tyrese Haliburton, dog. Who?
That's I'm saying. That's what it's all boiling down to.
Think you can
That's
say
what
that.
cold means, my nigga.
People,
what does cold mean to you, Lauren?
I think.
What does it mean to be cold?
I started by saying the question was, we don't think he's a level of
Answer
cold.
the question I asked you.
I think he's a level of cold. I think he is.
Okay, he doesn't want to answer the question. What does cold mean?
Cold,
because it's gonna prove my point.
Well, I'm proving my point. I'm proving what I said.
Exactly. You just want to argue, nigga. I'm glad to have you back, baby.
Yeah, I was about to say. Cold isn't just aesthetics. All right, it's not just. Hold on. It's not just how somebody looks while they're hooping. That is an aspect, like I said before, that it has to be respected because it's like, it's a part of it.
What else is there?
But being cold is the ability to score efficiently.
No.
Like it's being
it's beyond that.
No, it's beyond that, but it's
beyond
also
that. It's being able,
but also it's the ability to pull shit off that you really don't see often. Like there's what, but hold on. He makes
say that one more time though. Say that. Hold on. Just say that.
About to say
it
again,
one more time for Lauren. Say it one more time so Lauren.
It's the ability to pull shit off. I'm gonna trying to stop cursing in the first 30.
It's too late.
Say 5.
We're there.
But
We're in the danger zone.
It's the ability to pull stuff off that you don't really see often in the NBA.
It's
like a James Harden, like a particular style that I think Tyrese has, despite his thing not being a pure scorer. But he's I'm not even gonna say that because that's not your argument. We already know his own shot. We already know he's a good basketball player. But I'm saying, he makes incredible passes. Like, have you seen the behind the back? Like, that's cool. Like, you don't really see that. Harlem Globetrotters.
You see a lot of that, dog.
Not
only
really.
from co-players. Only from co-players.
Only really though.
You don't watch basketball.
Tyrese makes.
He's corny when he does that too.
Exactly my point. Again, that's the reason that you're saying that.
But and that's why I keep and you say that, and that's why I keep going back to what is your definition of cold?
On paper, he cold.
What is your
I said on paper he's a level cold. For
basketball is played on the court and is watched on the TV screen. Why are we talking about on paper?
Because that paper is a result of what happened on the court.
Fuck
so
the
I'm
paper.
saying, I'm just telling you what happened.
I'll pour water all over your documents, nigga.
So if I average a certain amount of points, if I average a certain amount of point every year in the NBA for 12 years, am I any level of cold?
How are you getting it done?
Okay.
How are you getting it done?
I understand you.
Is
I do understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You understand what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I don't think his way of getting it done is that far away from what a cold nigga's way of getting it done would be. It's like I'm gonna average a double because I'm gonna have a certain amount of passes, but I'm gonna do it in a way where it's like no look and nobody's expecting it, and I'm finding people when I shouldn't be able to find people.
And
that's a cold thing.
That's good at basketball.
And then after that, I'm also creating and scoring. Like that's happening.
That's
so
good
getting
basketball.
your team involved
too,
like, which isn't.
I'm leading these niggas.
That's
Can you pull up some Kyrie Irving footage? My fault.
That's the difference. You can't compare those niggas.
And that's the part. Hold on.
Why can't we compare one cold nigga to another cold nigga?
Because he's not a Kyrie.
Why can't we compare one cold nigga to another cold nigga? If it was James Harden and Kyrie, we could watch both their footage together, right? Right. If it was Anthony Edwards and another nigga, we could pull him up. Why can't we watch them back to back?
I get your point, and I think we're just going in circles because I think we've already decided.
Like Tyrese Haliburton, he just dribbles in circles, and it's like, oh shit,
because our
teammates.
Our points are different, and we're not gonna get nowhere with that. Our points are different.
Yeah, because you don't know what it means to be cold, which is why you play. Which is why the way you play the way you do.
You haven't given him an answer.
I have, but that's not the argument. That's not the argument. We're having different arguments, so we're not gonna get nowhere.
And that's why I preface this with he's great at basketball. You can't deny that. I'm not saying he's bad at basketball, but to be cold at basketball is another thing. Now,
and I'm not saying he's
being cold at basketball isn't the end all be all, because there's plenty of niggas that's cold, but that don't amount to nothing. And they don't win.
Cold isn't.
It's not good for the team structure. Cold isn't everything, dog. But it's just in terms of what it is, he isn't.
And it's not just one thing.
Yeah,
we have to agree on somewhere. Like,
being cold at basketball means you get a bucket in a way that makes people like grab their chest, like, oh shit. That's what being cold is.
Well, okay, can I change something?
That's what being cold is.
Jason Kidd was cold
at the NBA level.
And to your point, Lauren, not to interrupt you, my bad. But what you just said, Jason Kidd was cold.
He was cold,
it's
but he not.
The way. Hold on.
Are you comparing him to Tyrese Haliburton?
Hold on. It's the way you affect the game too. Like a bucket is cool, but it's also the way you affect the game. That's probably the most important.
No. Because like I'm saying, there's plenty of niggas who are cold at basketball, but it doesn't amount to winning. There's plenty of niggas. And that being cold at basketball isn't the end. It isn't the end all be all. It's just a cool factor.
So imagine being cold and winning.
Which he isn't.
He's not winning, or he's not cold?
He's winning. He's just not cold.
I don't think so.
I feel like to be cold, motherfuckers gotta want to play like you, dog. Like they gotta see something you do and be like, yo, I gotta put that in my bag. I have to. Nobody does that with Tyrese. He's not bad at basketball, dog.
Niggas,
he is corny.
That's the thing.
Even when he did the Reggie Miller choke celebration,
way too early.
He looked way too early. Game one.
Yeah.
But even then, he just looked like it was goofy. He was like nigga. Reggie was like, you choked. Mm-hmm. Tyrese was choking himself. He didn't even understand it.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm never arguing that. He does look goofy.
I'm telling you,
he looks goofy all the time. I agree with you.
Tyrese.
I'm not arguing none of that.
Bag is in deep. He's great at basketball.
He looks goofy even in the press conference. And that's hard to do.
Goofy. Coolest shit he ever did was that
Jason Tatum
was that Slam magazine cover image that they did where he had like the big jeans on with the Timbs and the Indiana jersey, and it wasn't even his idea.
I never seen it.
Coldest thing he's ever done.
Jason Tatum is kind of corny. First of all,
yeah, but he's cold at basketball though.
Yeah, that is true.
He's corny as a person, but on the court, it looked good.
Yeah. But
I saw him do that when I was 17. I saw him do that sidestep. I was like, I need that.
Look, in terms of people being, in terms of like kids wanting to play like you, that's not always the biggest factor too, because Michael Beasley was cold. But it's not many kids like ever that was like, nigga, I'm trying to be as cold as Michael Beasley.
Well, you don't know. There's a lot of Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley.
It's not
Michael Beasley.
It's not.
Hold on.
You can't say that.
I haven't said anything yet.
Can't say
I haven't said it.
But I know what you're about to
say. Are
say.
you predicting what I'm about to say?
You can't even say what you just said.
What did I say?
You said we don't know that, but like, because that's such an argument.
Why can't I say that?
Because that argument is just there to like stand for whatever you want to say next. Like that's not even real. That's not even real. Like I can say that about anything. You don't know that. Of course we don't fucking know that. I can say that about anything. So like
that's what I was about to say.
I was about to explain.
All right.
Michael Beasley and Kevin Durant were apart, and Kevin Durant.
Who say KD?
Well, first of all, they're best. Can y'all just shut up and listen? Y'all might understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. Okay. I think what happens with these basketball conversations is y'all understand I'm king, right? Ruler, emperor, like God of the universe in basketball, right?
Okay.
And you guys also play ball too. So there's just that big bro effect.
Hold on.
To where y'all always trying to big bro,
dog.
but y'all the little bros.
Hold on.
Little bro, hold on. Let me explain something to you.
I'm not little
Kevin
bro.
Durant,
We're same height.
Kevin Durant, Michael Beasley, and a couple other point forwards during that period in time changed the game for niggas that were 6'10". Because niggas that were 6'10" and above realized, oh, I don't have to just be stuck on the block. I can develop a handle. I can develop a jump shot. They were a part of that class. So you can say there wasn't a bunch of kids growing up being like, oh, I want to play like that. Of course there weren't, because not everybody can play like that. You can say the same thing for Michael Jordan. Only a certain person can play like Michael Jordan. You have to have a certain level of athleticism. You have to have a certain level of just like fucking ability to hit pull-up jump shots and all that shit. Not everybody can play like KD and Mike Beasley because not everybody's 6'10". But for the niggas that were, they was like, oh shit, let me develop that end of my game. And now what do we have? We got 7'5" niggas.
Michael Beasley.
We got 7'5" niggas playing like this.
Beasley,
Right. Thank you, Jay. Thank
Michael
you.
Beasley. I'm not going to let you do that. That was. I would give that a 6 out of
impressive.
10 for manipulation.
It was impressive.
It's
You
not
had 4 more
manipulation.
points.
It's a fact of the game, dog.
It's not, but you
And
can't.
I refuse to argue with
Come
niggas
on.
who don't do
Don't.
as much. Y'all don't like. All right, who? That's an easy one. I'm not even like, man, fuck y'all
That's-
niggas. I don't
yeah,
got no-
exactly.
fuck y'all niggas.
Yo, Lauren.
Y'all don't know ball, and it's okay.
Come on,
But y'all don't know
dog.
ball.
I mean, look, you want to know what I do know? Wrestling. Let's pull these up just real quick. This shit was honestly.
You barely know that.
I know wrestling.
You barely
I know
wrestling.
NBW, nigga. I'm in it now.
So
I'm
what
in
happened?
it.
You went to a little wrestling thing?
Yes, so basically I'm in it now. MBW. Click on the IG profile when you're done with that.
All right.
Let's just give them a quick shout out for, however many. Let's see what our viewership can do for them. But MBW is a North Carolina-based wrestling company. They have their own like wrestlers, obviously their own promotion, their own style of like shooting stuff, their own makeshift arenas. I went to a CrossFit gym in Nightdale. Yes. Scroll down. Oh, okay. So click on the second one for me.
This one?
So yeah. Seminar, phenomenal wrestler. He was an animal. You see the big black balls around his neck. That just shows his like
Is that his spirituality or is that his
Power.
mendingo-ness?
power.
Okay.
So yeah, same thing. But he was honestly like, he was coming out, I got to smack. He gave me a high five and shit. That
You
shit.
got to smack? What?
No, he gave me a high
What the
five.
hell?
Smack his hand.
What the hell?
Smack his hand, nigga. What the hell?
You smacked the mandingo?
No, nigga, I didn't smack. I didn't.
Where?
No.
You was like, hey, good round, champ. Right on the glutes.
No.
Hey, good match, champ.
Yo, I like the way you did that. Nah,
Take that.
Nah, he was just coming out. He was like, yeah, come on, give me some. I was like, I want some. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I honestly felt like a kid. I was like, I think I want some. Yeah. Fuck that shit. But he was cool. Scroll down though. I do want to look at, yes, that guy.
Right here? Video?
Scroll down one
They
more.
got a lot of black wrestlers with,
It's a lot of black- Yo.
with huge beats.
It's a lot of black wrestlers, and I think I sat next to a racist. Or he didn't like to smell the aroma I give off, the nature smell I give off. But I think he was a racist, though. He kept, like, looking.
He's talking about his weed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's talking about, damn, that just fucked me up. But he was, like, kind of looking at me and shit. He was like, what the fuck is this guy doing next to me? But I wasn't, like, paying him no attention. I didn't really care. It's like, I'm watching wrestling.
So who's their Hulk Hogan? Who's their The Rock?
He's is now.
He's the face of the Federation?
Just play the audio right from where it is.
All right, let me.
So,
Oh, shit.
This is the part. Excuse me, fellas. I don't mean to break up the collaboration. This is the part where I say something like, with a tear in my eye, and I gloat and I brag about how glorious and great a moment this is. But Mark James, you got something right. You got something right in your promo when you said Joe Black should have been signed years ago. I should be on TV. I should have been there with Cedric. I should have been there with Trevor. I came up with them, but instead, I'm relegated to the Indies. I'm relegated to a pay envelope, and I gotta wait for the pay window to open every damn match instead of getting the cash check with my name on it. You know how much I lost this year, Mark, I know you probably don't know. I don't talk about
Now, can you
my
pause
struggles.
it? For
I'm about
those
to
of
be
you
homeless.
listening on the radio
Yo,
in
he
the
killing
morning,
that shit.
Well, killing?
Nah,
I feel like the acting could use just a little bit of work. It's not bad. He's not Tyrese Haliburton.
Hear me out.
He's definitely not Tyrese.
Hear me out.
What's up?
I think the acting can use a different environment behind it. I think if he was
well, this
on
is
the
after
bright lights,
the win.
but that's what I'm saying. And I think if he were in bright lights, this would sound better.
I don't even think he needs that. I think he has to slow it down. Just
there's
slow it.
some-
Like when you listen to like them old, and it's hard to compare him to the legends, dog,
Right,
because
right.
they're legends for a reason.
And everybody has a different
But
style.
The Macho Man Randy like there was such character and just cinema about it.
I agree.
This is an angry dude.
You're right, but I'm gonna stop.
I am
I
the
do-
heavyweight champion of the world.
I think the reason I say that is because I see the bright spots in this performance, and I'm
He
like,
did great in real life.
Now, let me show you some-
watching him. He did great.
Can I show y'all some bad wrestling acting? And we gonna stay on this.
And just go to the notes so we can watch it. And by the way, this guy's name is Joe Black. Fitting name for those of you that can't see him. Imagine like
You want to watch some of this?
a small chimpanzee. Yeah. So actually, let's
Whoa.
scroll down.
What am I looking at?
Oh, another one.
Yeah, let's scroll down.
And the YouTube audience can see this, right?
They will be able to.
All right,
Yes.
beautiful.
Scroll
Sorry
down,
for everybody listening at home, but it's
The women.
It's wrestling. You can imagine there's a bunch of motherfuckers in tight leather suits running around, jumping and landing on each other.
Yeah, let's just watch a little bit
par
of
for the
these.
course.
Because like honestly, bro, I had a good time. I had a great time.
I
Like
think
just
it's-
watching this. Because what's the thing about wrestling is that, all right, we were kids, we watched it. It's a sentimental value to it. You know what I mean? Especially when you watch it in person after a long time of like not even caring about it. But it's honestly, it's just like it's just art. You know what I mean? Like
performance art.
It's performance art.
These are athletic thespians.
Yes, but like in almost Olympic like these niggas are big and they're doing flips. They're
perform,
picking each
dog.
other up. It's
It's some other wrestling league that's got the thick bitches.
AEW or something.
I think it's AEW, but they got the thick women. And it was
WWE.
one of them hoes, one of these white girls. I was looking at her and I was like, yeah, she looks like, not in terms of like attractiveness, but just wrestling. I'm like, she looks like she might be fucking somebody that's in the organization and she got her way up in here. But I went to her Instagram page. Yo, she did a backflip into a pistol squat, my nigga, playing around. Like it wasn't even a match or anything. She was just in the gym working out. So I'm gonna do a backflip into a pistol squat, and she landed that shit. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
wrestling is different.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of athleticism, we might. I'm not basing this all off of that phenomenal feat, but when niggas talk about like who's the most athletic in terms of sports, nobody brings up wrestling. But wrestling is in that conversation.
well, because
they're bodybuilder gymnasts.
It's up there.
They don't get their respect because of the aspect of it being fake. You know what I mean? And
Quote
like,
unquote, but it ain't fake when it comes to
yeah, but
what
it's
they doing.
But it's
Yeah, the
planned.
doctor's visits aren't fake.
But it's planned messiness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they know how messy it is gonna get.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the aspect of why it doesn't get the respect. But like it's a lot of no wrestler was just a normal guy. A lot of them were like football players, wrestlers, MMA fighters, got Brock Lesnar and shit.
Yeah.
The Rock played football. Terry Crews used to wrestle before he started football and acting.
Hulk Hogan was a pathological liar.
You know what I mean?
The
And a
Rock man.
racist,
Yeah.
which makes you strong. So
Yeah, he fed off the souls of all the black men his daughter dated.
yes, nigga.
Every time he saw his daughter date a big black buff dude, he went to the gym.
If you're Asian, you meditate at a Buddhist temple. If you're a racist, you meditate on a plantation. Preferably like not even the biggest one, just one with like just a lot of like what's the word?
Spooky nature.
Yeah, just spooky nature.
One with like big ass trees.
Ghosts.
Big ass trees.
Yeah.
With like a couple fruits hanging.
Stick some cotton in your ears and you just
Yeah.
yeah.
But let's watch these athletic women do flips and shit.
For those listening at home, we got two emo broads.
Yeah. And by the way, the girl, can you turn it down just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can like talk over it. But
sure.
the girl in the they're kind of wearing the same things.
Yeah, they're wearing the exact same.
The
outfit.
dark-haired one, her name is the Dracula's girlfriend or Dracula's daughter or something.
Side piece.
She came out in wings and shit.
Black wings.
Yes,
Of course.
The girl that's currently whooping her ass, she's the bad guy.
She's the heel.
She's the heel.
All right. The heels do be winning for like a good majority of the match.
Nigga, they win for a little bit.
Do you think having a fat ass as a woman wrestler is to your advantage?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think why I even recorded this. It might have just been
Yeah, that
because
was
of that.
pretty
Let's go to the
boring.
dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Here we go.
Boom.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yo,
Let
But
me,
do you
let me show
see-
the people that.
But you see,
But see, having some kind of butt gives
Yeah.
her something to land on. Like it's a little bit more cushioning.
nigga, I looked at my girl. I was like, it's really riding up on it, right? You know what I mean?
You talking about the panty? Or
Yeah.
the pantalones?
Yeah. She was like, you know, after she was like, nigga, what? She was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they just riding up.
Scientifically speaking, that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which dude one you click on. They're all pretty fucking phenomenal.
Also, how does this room smell? What's the aroma like?
I was sitting right. And of course you clicked on the introduction, but that's 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃.
You told him anyone.
He said anyone.
To be
Yeah, I
fair,
did. But that nigga's 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃.
I like that.
And he's like,
Where's that from? 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃. That reminds me. Is that a Kanye bar?
Is it a
It's a song.
it's a song?
It's a song. Yeah, it's something with music.
He also came out in Jamaican colors.
So this is your representative, brother. Got him.
Bitch ass nigga. And you see,
Rolling over.
this is one of the like the co-main event.
Okay. Yeah, this ain't even like the headliner, right?
If you could have been there, dog, the room was shaking.
In terms of
Like
just
when every time a
everybody
nigga
was
fell,
on the edge of their seat.
and every time somebody fell, literally the wrestling ring would shake the room.
Oh, well, that's
So it was just
that's probably budget, right? It's not like you sitting in an IMAX chair to where
Well-
the movie's effects is the chair. You ever been in one of them shits?
Yeah.
Like you get sprayed with water in the
Jurassic
face.
Park.
Yeah, that's on some field trip shit back in the day.
But this didn't smell like a Drew, you know,
It's like kick to the
a
face.
nature reserve. It kind of smelled all right. But look at this shit, dog.
Do you think you could be a wrestler?
I could try it out.
Yeah, you just slamming this nigga over and over.
Look at that shit, nigga. This
That
shit was
is another
amazing.
thing about wrestling. Is like I feel like to a certain extent, once you've seen one match, you've seen them all.
No,
You've seen them all.
No, not at a professional
this is the
level.
difference. This is the difference. The stakes of the story. The moves are the same. The moves are the same.
Yeah,
Somebody's
not
gonna
necess-
jump from the ropes, land on his fucking. They're gonna touch stomachs.
Mm.
It's gonna be a couple bows. The moves are effectively the same moves.
Not-
but who's doing them, why they're doing them, and where they're doing
No,
them.
but it's-
That's what makes you. That's what invests you emotionally.
First of all, it's how you do the move. Like everybody, not everybody does the same thing. When you think of the biggest wrestlers, you don't think of the same move. Like Rey Mysterio to the Heartbreak Kid.
Well,
they
I
don't
mean-
really do the same move.
They had signatures though. Like, wasn't Rey Mysterio the nigga that ran from one side of the ropes, ran to the other side of the ropes?
It's called the 619.
See, exactly. There's names for the moves. That's how often
so-
they're
This is
used.
special right here.
So hold on. These white dudes came out of nowhere and started whooping their ass during their match.
Why?
This shit was crazy. You might have to just turn the volume on. real
Did they explain why?
quick. Nigga, they just came out.
It was like, these
This shit was
man
crazy.
dingoes having too
they-
much fun.
For all the people in the morning, they had the nigga, one dude had his head, right? His legs was hanging off the rope. Another dude jumped from the fucking ropes onto the nigga back. You get what I'm saying? And let him fall.
There's pause. Well, you don't have to pause. You can keep it running. But wrestling is very interesting. Like these, you think these are like good people? I feel like most wrestlers are fucked up niggas. Just in terms of character, outside of the ring. Because how do you end up here? This is a job.
No,
right?
I think this is real like thespian shit. Like real like
Real
these
just
niggas
performance
really
art.
want to be like performers. I think they're
Yeah.
all seen as corny until they make it.
I think is
Yeah.
there's something
It's-
to this because it's like
You're-
this is a job that hurts and pays very bad.
Some passion shit.
And even when you get to the very top, is paying better, but it still hurts.
Damn, that shit was kind of hard just now.
And it hurts in a way that's different than if you were a boxer or a football player, because that's purposeful pain. But this right here,
look at
this. He just
oh my god, that was just, imagine seeing that.
They just skewered him,
bro. The room
they just skewered him,
shook, and like that's you have to respect this dog. And these matches are like 8 to 10 minutes. Imagine getting thrown on your back, hit in the face. I will
somebody
say
jumping on your belly button.
I will say this is amateur, because there was sometimes they just didn't sell it as well.
Yeah,
but it was still great. It was a couple moments where I was like, maybe I'm sitting too close. I should get a further seat.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to be able to see his face. Like that.
I don't want to be able to see his foot slightly miss his face.
Right.
Yo, you seen that picture of LeBron after he flopped? He was covering up his face like he was in pain, and you can see him looking under like,
yeah,
they believe it. They believe that shit.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it could feel like. Yeah. This reminds me though, a long time ago, my dad, back when I was living in Louisiana, he had took me to a WWE shit. Yeah. It wasn't like one of the major huge events. It was kind of like a smaller one that they had, and there's nothing big in Louisiana. So it was like an arena, probably the size of AJ's garage or backyard. And they had a WWE shit in there, and I saw Rey Mysterio. That was dope.
Word?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you did like what they had, you did respect what they were doing.
I mean, I was a kid, dog. I didn't respect much.
So the respect left you. You don't respect that shit at all now.
You're trying to find your angle, and I don't blame you for doing that. You on the podcast,
Retort,
you gotta say
nigga.
something.
I was asking a question.
But
It was a real question.
My dad was like, "Hey, you want to see big dudes go fight each other?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm 9 years old, Dad. What kind of question is that?
Real
Will
life.
Spider-Man be there?
Right.
He was like, "Nah, there's something close. This little Mexican nigga. He wear a mask." It's like, cool.
in tights.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
But wrestling, if you're ever depressed, fellas, I highly recommend find a local wrestling league in your area. Go to that shit. I had a great time.
Yeah,
I can only imagine like we was all there together. It's just like, nigga, I was literally get his ass boom by you. Come on, and he ended up winning.
Do you think you would have more
Not
fun
really.
at an amateur wrestling event or maybe like some amateur boxing?
Amateur wrestling
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
but I would have a lot of fun at amateur boxing too, but amateur wrestling, nigga, what?
Because it's the
sure.
it's the spectacle of
It's
it
a
all.
spec.
sure.
It's
Like
not
nobody
just-
gets picked up and thrown on top of their sternum
Amateur-
in boxing. That's different.
Amateur boxing is
It's only crazy if niggas get knocked out.
yes, but
That's the highest moment. But there is still some fun in seeing niggas just go at it.
Oh, no,
like
it
even
is.
if they
It is.
not,
It is.
But
even if they not necessarily getting knocked out, but
it
it's like,
is.
oh, they trading blows. Like you watch that.
But amateur boxing is some guy in the red corner from somewhere and
Yup.
some guy in the blue corner. While amateur wrestling is just no matter what, it still has like a I can't believe you did that to me. Like they had a promo on a TV.
Have you been to amateur boxing?
It's male
event?
soap oppers.
No, I've been to an amateur boxing event.
I've been to a
that should be
jiu-jitsu
lit.
event.
No, that should be lit inside. Like when it's good, like Golden Gloves type shit and them shits.
Yeah.
That should be lit in there. I've seen some good fights in person, and that shit is. I think it's just different. Like wrestling, you gonna get more of that excitement. Boxing, it's gonna be a little more intense in there.
It's more
Yeah.
grit.
Yeah, it's a little more grit to it where you leave like on some shit like, yo, that one nigga gonna be something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Or you leave
Yeah.
like, nigga, I gotta become something.
Yeah.
Yo, nigga, I watched Creed. I don't know when that movie came out, but I watched Creed. I had left the movie theater.
Yeah.
I was like, son, I have to learn how to box, dog. Like I literally I was going to sleep and like the music was just still playing in my brain.
You Creed,
First Creed.
the first Creed.
First Creed
first one was
good.
like that. The first one was
first
like that.
Creed, especially with that Future Hendrix soundtrack, nigga,
Yeah.
that shit was
That first
kind of
Creed
crazy.
was fire, bro.
That shit-
That shit was
that's a
kind of
good
crazy,
movie.
nigga.
Michael B. Jordan made you want to boss up.
It wasn't even him for real.
It was him.
It was a Hispanic nigga. You know me, I'm Dominican and all that shit. I was like, yo, Ricky Valle, whatever the fuck the nigga name was. I was like, yo, that nigga, blah. Because Creed lost in that movie.
He did.
Like a suck ass nigga. You know what I mean? But that just goes to show you, it's like a nigga that can whoop my ass, get his ass whooped. It's like, it's, survival of the fittest. That's how the world works.
Right.
There's
And-
always a bigger beast.
And the movie was probably written like that to make the audience members feel better about themselves.
Yeah, because Rocky, I'm trying to remember his record.
I think
He beat the Russian, right? Lauren, you a little bit older than us, so your memory's probably clear on this.
but he lost to the Russian first.
He lost in the movie at the end. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking about in battles, because
he won.
that's what it all matters.
He won. Yeah, he won.
Did Rocky ever lose?
Yeah, a couple times.
Who'd he lose to? Oh yeah, there was. But did he lose in the end though? That's what I mean.
No,
I don't think he ever lost in
He
the end, which is
lost.
what
No,
really.
he lost. He lost
that's
in the
what
movie.
really-
He
that-
lost in the end of a movie.
Losing in the movie isn't the same as losing in the end though.
End of the story.
Like
Yeah.
that
No.
Avengers Endgame shit.
Yeah, he won at the end. Yeah.
Thanos snapped his fingers and they failed. Niggas
yeah.
is like, what? Superheroes always win.
But
But they
technically
won
won.
though. They did win. They came back and won the next.
next movie.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
That
at
happened,
least,
that happened to Rocky.
but at least for that movie, at the end, you left with the feeling of like, oh,
I'm sure Rocky was that way too. And when he lost, you was like, oh,
In
he's
the
never
end,
lost.
Rocky lost in the beginning. I'm pretty sure the movie opened up with him getting his ass whooped and him losing.
because that's how he fought.
Yeah,
He
but
had no head movement. He was just like take it on the chin,
for like
Philadelphia kind of.
For
nigga.
like 3 movies, he never lost, and then he finally lost in like movie 4 or 5 or some shit. Where he like really lost. Like he lost to Apollo Creed, but like not for real. You know what I'm saying? And then he lost for real to that nigga, and I don't remember how the whole shit went. But anyway, he
They
lost.
had a fight off air too.
Yeah, Apollo
like
Creed.
the one
Yeah,
at the end where they was
yeah.
just sparring in the
Yep.
gym.
Yep.
Apollo Creed probably whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you know what's
it
crazy?
stopped when they had their fists like right at each other's face and shit.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I forgot in Creed 2, or maybe Creed 1, because Rocky Balboa wasn't in Creed 2. But in Creed 1, Apollo had asked him, what was that nigga name in the movie?
Adonis.
Adonis had asked him. He was like, yo, who won that fight? And Rocky was like,
like,
your
yeah,
dad.
your dad, yeah.
Your dad whooped my ass.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
And what's crazy?
I'm teaching you now, so I win.
Yeah.
Yo, this is like King of the Hill. Like John Redcorn's character
John
and Dale.
Dale
I'm
nigga.
surprised you know their names.
I didn't watch it that much, but I do remember the storyline of like the Dale had an Indian son.
Yeah.
And he was just oblivious to that shit. Like he didn't
That guy.
it never
this dude
registered
right here.
that this might not be my kid because he was just that kind of character.
Yeah.
But his girl was having an affair with John Redcorn, the Native American dude.
Is that honorable?
On whose part? Hers?
Yeah.
To be protecting,
The family unit and the town. Like, can you imagine?
well,
like,
everybody knew. That was it was like a running joke to where everybody like knows what the fuck. Because Google Dale's son. And then Google John Redcorn. Niggas like
I see it.
the Indian.
I was never really on King of the Hill.
I hated King of the Hill.
But I knew it was.
there's some funny episodes.
I watched a couple episodes, but it was because they were on Adult Swim. But
Wow, you literally pulled him up when he was a baby too. That's crazy.
That's not his son.
It is. It's something I was just expecting a teenage version. It's
Yeah.
cool though, because I think they was about to play something.
and it's also right down there.
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga. Oh yeah, that was his son.
Yeah, that's his son,
Oh, I
but
be
it's
forgetting.
because John Redcorn was fucking that dude's wife.
And John Redcorn, I'm assuming, is that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good like storyline.
Yeah.
The only reason I know about this, now that I think about it, is because of that Sir song called John Redcorn.
Oh,
Y'all seen that shit where
Is that
they
what this is from?
No,
No.
this is from King of the Hill.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying like.
Oh, but you talking about that music video?
Yeah, that
that's
song.
King of the Hill, dog.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
The music video, because they even had they had all TDE's characters animated as the people from King of the Hill, and like Kendrick Lamar was there, J Rock, Ab-Soul, and all that shit. Ab-Soul was actually Dale,
That's crazy.
which is it's a little
he took one for the
fucked up.
team.
He took one for the team. I don't think he was really his creative direction that
Well-
steered that way, but he did it.
He's like an elusive minded guy. Like in a weird way, he probably made it a bar.
Yeah.
Like I'm Dale, but it's because
Yeah.
these niggas. I don't know.
You see the King of the Hill style though? Yeah, that's what it's based off of.
Yeah, I see it. Well, I didn't really. I heard the song. and I
Even
liked
the
song,
storyline
but-
of the song is like I forgot some of the lyrics, but he's like, yo, why am I your second option?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't know why the name was what the
You
name
like
was.
to sing that shit. You love that shit.
I don't know the
nigga.
words, but it's a fire song.
It's a fire song. I
you
have
crazy
no-
if you
yeah.
hate on this song, nigga. This
Yeah,
is
it's a fire song.
There we go.
This is a good song. I've been a side nigga a couple times.
Okay.
What you mean, fucking nigga girl?
Sound excited.
That's
me or
fucked
him?
up.
You?
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
That's man.
It's lukewarm over there.
Yeah.
Like Haliburton's game.
No.
Yeah.
Let's show your highlights. What the fuck, nigga?
You know what's crazy? We actually we might be able to find like some of the weakest highlights I've ever had if we put Team potential.
Nigga, I've been there.
AAU.
I've been there for your weakest highlights.
Team potential AAU. You were there?
Yeah.
You got some of that?
No, he wasn't there. He never seen me
I'm
play
saying
in
like
Jersey.
when I played him.
Team potential AAU.
Oh, team potential?
Yeah. Yo, if we find groove highlights, that might be hilarious. They exist though. They're on YouTube. It's just some of the worst bullshit.
No, we probably gonna have to search into YouTube
You're
vault.
gonna have to filter that
I'm
shit
Team
to
Carolina
ass.
AAU.
I'm gonna look for it. I think I have it.
Go to the filter.
Player potential.
Player potential.
I'm looking for it. But yeah, there are definitely some groove highlights that exist somewhere in the deep, dark realms of YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up in my watch later right now, though. On my history.
Yeah. That'd be fire.
That'd be crazy.
I want to see a young Hallie score on you.
Oh shit! Got it. I'm gonna put it in the notes.
Okay.
Now this is from. I don't know what year this shit happened.
And make sure you comment down below your wild or wise part.
Because I think when it was posted, my fault.
No, you good.
Keep going on that because that's more important than this shit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's way more important. Than this
Hashtag
shit.
wild or wise part in the show. We get to talk to y'all, answer some of the questions y'all put in the comments. Hashtag wild or why your question, your concern, we'll answer.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, sorry, this is such a heavy watch things kind of pre-show. We promise we're just gonna be talking eventually.
Yeah,
but I put the link in the notes. It should be the second link under Slutty Sympathy. It's some bullshit groove buckets in there, you know what I mean? But this was on that team that I played for that was like
the coach had his son.
The coach had his son. Like
this
really isn't even like my full potential, you know what I mean? This isn't.
But you playing on the most potential.
It's very Haliburton-esque buckets. Pause.
Who's the son? So I can talk shit about him.
You see that nigga on the far right clapping hard as shit?
You? Right
that's
here?
our homie Troy.
Okay.
Oh, that's
but the dude go to the left. Him. That's the coach's son.
Word?
Yeah. Well, what you expecting? Like a 7'3" nigga?
I thought he was white.
Nah, I play for a black coach, nigga.
Oh.
What you mean?
And look what happened. But where
I
are you at?
Groove.
That's you right there.
Oh, yeah,
that's you right
you
there.
see me right there. I'm literally so the nigga that's to the left of him, boom, the nigga right behind him. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Wearing them Under Armours, some Steph Curry.
I'm about to say, I see the I was about to talk. Don't try to make them Under Armours cool, dog. This shit is fat as fuck on you.
Well, I mean, I was like 5'11" with a size 14 shoe, nigga.
I don't see you on the court right now, though.
I didn't play a lot on this team.
Okay. I thought I was watching your highlights,
and you
bro.
also barely know, like, they gonna get to it. Oh, hold on. But that first nigga, play the first highlights again, because this is the coach's son. He wasn't bad. Yeah, he was good at basketball for sure. Yeah. This is him, this fuck nigga.
I think I still got this shit on slow-mo.
Yeah, take this. His game is slow enough.
It's normal speed.
No, his game is pretty slow. Malik Woodbury. Yo, this nigga Malik was funny as shit. They just go through them, but let me see.
They gonna go. They gonna get yours in a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's bullshit though. This isn't even really me for real.
Oh
wait. Oh, go back. Right. I'm after Reggie, so just let it run right here.
All right.
Reggie wants 6'5".
He was like 6'3".
Yeah, Reggie was like 6'3", 6'4". Here go Groove, 6'1", class of 2018. In my late boy.
Oh, so
find me. Flow game. Hold up. Pull up. 3-point. Bow. Let me throw that dime real quick. Yup. And that was it. That's all they got of a nigga.
Hey, yo.
But I was literally getting garbage time.
Yeah.
And doing that.
And I was about to say, yeah, you go to that spot, stay right there.
Like it was literally like I ran the baseline or I'll be on the wing, catch and shoot, knock that bitch down.
Yeah.
Knock that bitch down. You know we do that.
Yeah.
I got the curries on. I can't miss. Look at the flick. Yeah, nah.
You better not miss, nigga.
But that isn't even like I eventually played for a team where I really got to get in my bag for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you know.
But
that's why I don't like to argue with you niggas about no basketball, man.
Feel you, quiet, nigga.
Where y'all at?
My little homie beat you in the Halley.
Where's Jay Noble's class of 2018? I gotta see.
Nigga,
I gotta find
Olympics is coming.
I gotta find my YMCA highlights, bro.
Summer Olympics is coming.
Okay.
When I find those, I got you.
YMCA highlights.
Yeah.
You said those should be fantastic because YMCA defenses.
I had a few of the. I had a couple little step backs.
Plus,
mid range.
I was playing against a bunch of zones. Niggas in high school like to run zone because niggas ain't men.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't men yet, so they don't play man on man.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't. You're not gonna Kyrie Irving dribble your way through a zone
Unless you're a Kyrie.
You got to pass and move around, and like you got to really play team basketball.
Yeah.
Well, on the zone, they also got to play team basketball to do it properly.
Yeah, for the defense. But I'm talking about on offense.
Yeah,
Like
but
there is no lone soldier going up
not.
against a 2-3 zone. You're not fighting no 2-3 zone or a 3-2 zone.
Unless you're at the YMCA and they try to play zone at the YMCA and they suck at zone.
They're too slow
because they don't know how to really move as a unit. Because when you play in zone, you got to be high-minded.
You have to be.
You got to turn into an ant colony.
Yeah, literally. You got to mentally be connected everywhere. You got to be with AY, fucking Avatar shit.
See, when we used to play zone, I was the wing. I was on that wing defense because niggas had that wingspan and that lateral movement. They was like, we need you over there.
Yeah. That on the bottom, on that wing.
Yeah, on the bottom of the wing because you know it's the 2 up front, the 3 down the middle. I'm literally right here.
Right there. Yeah. I got you.
Plus, we had a 6'5" Reggie. He was in the middle and shit. 6'5". That nigga no 6'5". Yo, Reggie was the countryest nigga I had ever met up until that point in time. We had played a tournament where we was in like a fancy ass facility. It was bougie as hell. We was in the locker rooms. We was like, nigga, what? It's Gatorade in the water fountain. It was fucking insane in that bitch. Yeah. And Reggie had came around the corner. Mind you, we're all wearing jerseys and shit. Like, we're dressed ready for the game. This nigga Reggie was like butt naked with a towel around. He was like, yo, they got a sauna in there. He sounded like he was from Scotland. Nigga, he was like, it's a sauna in here, dog. It's like, Reggie, we got a game in like 20 minutes. What the fuck you doing, nigga? You supposed to get mentally prepared. He in there getting loose and warm.
Sound like
he sound like Bubba.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, nah, he was the countryest nigga I had met up until that point in time, dog. AAU is a funny business though, because I played for several teams that on paper I didn't play for. That's how that shit worked. Like if you just sometimes the coach would just be like, hey, nigga, come play with my team this weekend. We got a tournament in fucking South Carolina. I bet. One time I did that shit and I ain't get no burn, so I was kind of mad. I ain't play with them niggas no more. But it was a couple teams. It was a couple teams where I was just like, throw in the jersey real quick. All right, cool. I did that shit with Daniel team.
Word.
Hell yeah, because he played at a preppy ass AAU. It was called Triple Threat. You know, North Raleigh Christian Academy?
Yeah.
Them niggas used to practice in there, dog.
Word?
Bougie as hell. I was like,
damn.
I can get used to this.
Hell
what the fuck? They had different gyms. There was a practice gym. They had a gym they played in. At the team, I was playing for a team, that purple team, that was a Durham team. So you can already imagine what my conditions was.
Nigga, you always hooping outside with cracked concrete, nigga.
Chain nets.
Yeah, nah, nigga.
Triple rims.
Backyards look like a fucking ogre bit some of it.
Yeah, Troy's mom literally used to come to my crib, pick me up, take us to practice in Durham. And I was one of them practice heroes. Because that was the only time I could really get the ball and get some burns. So it's like in practice, niggas was cooking, dog. It's that same shit Michael Beasley was talking about to where it's like
no,
coach don't respect me in game, but in practice can't be denied.
It wasn't like Michael Beasley. He was the number 2 pick.
I mean, in spirituality, just in terms of what it symbolizes, a player underrated by the person who's supposed to know the ratings, dog. Like, ideally, like, we all tried out to be here. This isn't like no not for nothing shit. Like, we had to make the team. Yeah. He chose me for a reason. So I'm just thinking like, okay, he see the nigga potential. He see the nigga skill set. But it clashed with what his son had going on. He was even lying. I feel like he lied about everybody's height except like mine and everybody that was like 5'9". Because his son wasn't 6 foot. His son was probably like 5'10". Reggie like 6'3".
You said you was 5'11".
Well, I played for them for like 2 years. Oh, okay, so it's like 1 year I was 5'11", but that year I grew to 6'1".
Hell no, nigga.
I was the same height as the coach. But yeah.
So you thought you could you just feeling some type of way, like, yo, what the fuck?
Nah, it wasn't even about that. It was just I didn't give a fuck how tall I was. It was about like, yo,
you
nigga.
gave up how tall you was.
Not in the context that you're speaking of it in. I didn't care about it in like, yo, I'm tall, I should be playing. It was I'm nice, I should be playing. Because I was nice when I was 5'11". I was nice when I was 5'6". Nigga.
What shit?
Yeah. I've always been better than you, so I don't want to hear any sound coming from this side of the studio.
Hey, we're on the same level, buddy.
Of what?
Where basketball took us.
We're on the same level.
Let's start.
We're on the same level, but somebody had a brighter future.
Dog.
Somebody had a way brighter future.
Come on, dog.
We actually are on the same
future is
level.
beautiful, but we can't learn from the future. We learn from the past, and our past is the same. But let's start the show. What time are we at?
1 hour.
That is beautiful.
58. We're at 58.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right. You want to pause real quick?
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like
yeah.
I feel like we can't give AJ anything that it.
Nah,
That's crazy.
nah.
You good?
Hey, Lauren, you got.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pause real quick. We're gonna do a quick pause, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be right back. Please comment down below your hashtag YLOI. It's reverse. Hashtag YLOI.
There you go.
Hashtag YLOI in the comment section with a question, comment, concern, or a theory of some sort.
If you really want us to read it, put it in reverse. IYIOL hashtag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
IOLY hashtag.
Wait, wouldn't the Y be backwards?
No.
Too? Or just the...
It's still backwards. Hashtag YLOY. IOLY hashtag.
But why?
WHY, he's saying, wouldn't you put YHW?
I was just putting Y. But you get what I mean.
Yeah, why?
Because Leak be doing that shit sometimes. You be put hashtag YLOY.
Yeah, but you was talking. Y is
To be fair, I only missed 2 letters.
Y.
All I didn't say was HW.
Yeah.
You missed 3.
That's 2 letters. I said the Y. I didn't put the HW.
We'll be right back. Thank you.
After these commercial breaks.
Hell no.
Welcome, America. Back again. Once again. Time and time again. This is your favorite show. 2 of you most wanted. I'm Tone Groove.
Your mic is off. So we got to start this again.
That's okay. Keep it all in. Keep it all in.
Yeah.
Do the clap again, too.
All right. You good? 3, 2, 1.
Take 2, America. Back again. Once again. Time and time again. This is LOI the Show. I'm your host, Tone Groove.
J Noble's white man on the boards.
Yep.
Yes, he is back. We are back. Y'all are back. So like the video, share, subscribe, comment down below your hashtag YLOY in the comment section. We're going to answer your questions next week at the end of the show. But
Yo, the homelessness problem in Raleigh it's been this way for a little bit now. We're just kind of now just talking about it. But it's getting real, what's the word? Feral. The other day, I was at the Bojangles over there.
yeah.
I think I was at work. Yeah, this was at work in the morning. I pulled up. It's this homeless dude, disheveled looking, beard Santa Claus long, real dirty, right?
His jacket is crusty.
Jacket crusty, crumbly. It's barely a jacket. It's kind of like a shirt.
Yeah.
With sleeves.
It's a graham cracker.
But he was walking through the line. He was a little disgruntled. He had his sign. He was going up to each window. He was like, he pointing at the sign. He was like, Every time he got rejected, he would emote. He'd go, He'd do that shit. He go all the way to me. He did the same shit. Well, I rolled up my window. I was like, he was coming up. He was like, nah, really, nigga? He did all that shit. So 2 Bojangles employees come out because apparently he's been terrorizing this drive-thru for at least the last 10 to 15 minutes.
With a broom and a mop,
Not
poking him.
Not even. They came out and they didn't know what to do with him. It was just one short Hispanic lady and this black dude who looks like he could have been a disheveled homeless nigga himself. He just luckily found a job. But he literally had the same hygiene and just the way he presents himself. He could have easily been a nigga on the curb.
It's called vices. But
They come up, they chasing him around like Scooby fucking Doo, like trying to unmask him and all that shit. But he's just coming back to the drive-thru. So I'm driving through. Mind you, the line is pretty long. So it's like, there's time for all of this. He leaves the line. And you know how that Bojangles is. There's like a parking lot right there where niggas go. And you know, in the morning, it'd be a bunch of construction workers, landscapers. They park on the side of shit so they can hop out and get their food. It was a couple of them landscaper niggas chilling in their car. He walks over with his sign. And it's crazy. I'm seeing all of this with no words, but I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
He walks over with the sign. He points at it. He's like, huh? And they just look at him and go, no money, no peso. And so they look forward. And then he throws the sign at the car, dog. right on top of the windshield.
But it was cardboard though.
It was cardboard.
Okay.
But still, though,
Yeah,
just
that's
like
crazy.
the philosophy, the principle behind it. Like, he threw the sign at the car and was like, man, fuck y'all niggas. So he walks over to the line.
Yeah.
I make eye contact with him, too. It's like, as he's coming back to the drive-thru, then I'm waiting idling. He comes over, he gets behind, right in front of the machine, or what do you call that shit, where you order? Where the menu is.
Yeah.
He gets right there. And he terrorizes everybody as they come up to order their food, so you can't avoid him. He's standing by the intercom.
Why are they treating him like he's a wild cat? Like they can't just give him food and he'll just go away. Like
Well, would be treating him like a wild cat.
Yeah.
But the problem with feeding wild cats is that they come back.
Yeah,
and then they start doing shit like mating in your backyard.
But they're treating him like that. Like they don't have enough belief in him or like just belief in like the universe that it'll work out if they just give him enough food.
What lesson does that teach him? Is that all he has to do is come to the drive-thru, bother people, and I'll get free biscuits?
No.
That sounds like it. That's better than having a job.
You leave him crumbs. Like maybe you like have the sandwich and you back up to where you want him to go.
Oh yeah,
and so it's like no, not
like Monsters Inc. Like Monsters Inc. where you leave a trail.
Not Hansel and Gretel. Not Hansel and Gretel. We're not leaving breadcrumbs. We're not leaving breadcrumbs. We're not leaving breadcrumbs because that's gonna like he might get mad. He might start chasing you. You know what I mean?
It might calm him down.
Nah, man, you just do like this. Like, come on, man. Like, we over here with it. Like, we don't got none of that shit.
Yeah.
You talk to him normal, but you treat him like that.
Yeah.
But did the Hispanics, they didn't do nothing, right? Because Hispanics, for the most part, are chill people if they're not in, MS-13 or whatever they do.
Yeah, they didn't do nothing about it. But
okay.
Yo.
That's good, though.
So
Because you have to treat homeless. You have to treat, there has to be a distinction between homeless and people that are on drugs that have no place to stay.
Well, I don't even know. It's always
because
niggas always assume that it's drugs, but he was like schizophrenic. Like he had actual mental issues,
which probably
you could tell.
Which probably started from somewhere. I remember being a kid. I used to go to Moore Square, and I used to have to walk to my ex-pastor's crib because it was like kind of near and shit. Like after school,
you had enough pastors in your life to have a former one, like one you broke up with?
Nah, it's just like he was my pastor.
Who was your new one? Was you cheating on him? You was going to another church?
Nah, I didn't have another pastor, but I just didn't go to church.
Why were you going to his
So
home?
he was my last pastor. He was like really my only ex.
Why were you going to his crib?
Because he was a good guy. He used to like mentor me and shit.
They're all good guys until they got something in your butt.
He was actually trying to help an underprivileged black kid. Like his wife was cool. She was Asian.
That's the easiest way to molest one.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
And not all. He wasn't that type of guy. He was honestly, he was a really upstanding guy. Like even
let's Google him right
jokes.
now. See if he has charges.
I make jokes. I don't even remember his last name, but I would because his church is probably good. But I don't. I talk about pastors in that type of way because that shit happens. But my experience with him, it's like nothing but great. Like I used to go over his crib. She used to have like these. They were expensive in my head, but like they were like dinosaur, like chicken nuggets, but they weren't. The texture was like perfect. It was soft. And like she used to cook them shits with some
you ain't had
with
no
some hash
dino
browns.
nuggets before?
Nah, I mean niggas was in tumultuous situations.
Dino nuggets aren't expensive, dog.
Nah, but
they cost the same as regular chicken nuggets.
No, but
and fish sticks.
No, you first of all, nigga, you don't understand what type of. If I didn't care about this drink, I'd smash it on my goddamn J Noble's table, nigga. You don't know what type of life I've been through, nigga.
You don't know what type of life anybody's been through, nigga.
But nah, for real, it's not about it. You get the point. But nah, man, and
he gave you orange juice.
The whole point of that
play some
was
PlayStation.
That I used to see homeless people, but it wasn't that much, and they weren't
that aggressive.
They weren't never that aggressive. I've lived in Raleigh my whole life. They were never that aggressive. They were honestly cool because my aunt used to live like on the street. Not about to say name and shit, but you see people like, hey, what up? What up, nigga that do that drug? Hey, what up, nigga that do that drug? What's up, alcoholic?
And they had manners.
They had self-worth.
Respect. It's getting to the point now where like it's certain blocks that look completely different than they used to in Raleigh just simply because of the people that are running around trying to cross. Like, them niggas don't ever cross the street. They're worse than squirrels when it comes to crossing the street. Like, they'll just hop out there. They'll look at you. Like, you gonna slow down or you gonna kill me and put me on my misery? They don't give a fuck.
Worse than squirrels, but better than geese. Like they still have enough like sense to be like, oh shit, I almost tripped into the road. Let me back the fuck up.
It depends though, because back to the story I was telling. So the niggas at the menu where we're ordering, and he's bothering niggas. So I go over there, I'm ordering my food. I roll my window like enough for my voice to project outside. Cause the nigga is standing right here. Like all it takes of him to put his fucking finger in there, flick my lip, something stupid happened, and I die. Like I'm not here no more.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking through the crack of the window. He's like, huh? And then he walks from the menu as I'm ordering to the car that's in front of me. Mind you, the car that's in front of me is like this white dude. Like if I had to create his character, he seemed like he's in finance. He had the attitude of a finance nigga. He was in the Benz and all that shit. He rolled down the window. He's talking to the 2 employees that's been chasing him around on some Scooby-Doo shit. And he's like, yo, get your mans. He's like, get him before I do. Yeah. He's on that type of time. And so the nigga's like, huh? He walks over to the car, right? And he just starts like, he's not smacking the hood, but he's touching it in an aggressive manner. He's like, rah, rah, rah. And he starts honking his horn at him. And then he treats, can I say this? That'd be a funny analogy. Maybe bleep it. He treated that nigga like how AJ treats geese.
Yeah.
Where he was like, oh, this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
this is a perfect synchronization of the universe. And like he bumps him a little bit, like just a little bit. And then like the nigga's like, oh. And then he moves and he like starts to, I think he literally goes after that because he realizes that there's other feral animals in this motherfucker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a jungle.
Yes.
But they thought I saw something crawling. But yeah, he bumps him like a little go-kart bump and then he leaves. But I was like, that whole...
Now, was he right for that? I think like, you know, that was a great story. It's kind of funny. It's fucked up. But it's like, was he right for that?
I can't tell. I can't tell how intentional it was.
Come on, let's be honest.
I can't tell because you got to also like. I told the story very quick, but the positioning that the guy was at, right, that the bum was at, he was kind of to the side. He touched the hood, and then you could tell he was trying to get out of the way. But like the nigga that was driving also was trying to get to the window at the same time. It was like it either could have been on purpose or like some weird miscommunication. Long story short, TDLR, whatever the fuck.
Well,
he bumped him.
I think what happened was he didn't care what happened because he's in a car and he's not. So it's like the power.
Just that alone.
The power of a moving vehicle is crazy. But I don't know if that's how you should treat a human. But I'm also not saying I wouldn't have done something similar. I would have rolled down my window though. While you were at the window, I would have been like, yo, you mind like just a little bit? I would have just talked to him like very normal.
Nah, bro, you can't give them no rope.
Just so he
They'll hang you with that.
I don't know, dog.
Nah, but you got to understand, up until this point in time, I thought I did a good job of portraying it in the story.
I'm a good guy,
He wasn't speaking English. I literally didn't even know what his sign said, dog. Like I'm gonna guess schizophrenia.
Okay.
That's the mental illness of choice and I'm rolling with for him.
Okay.
I think he was schizo.
Okay.
Cause you could tell he looks like a nigga, like, you know, when they got that glossy look in their eyes, and to where it's like you seeing it's like you watching reality in IMAX. Like you have different effects, different hallucinogens that's going on. Like you could just tell he's in a different movie. Yeah. But he was one of those. Yeah. And he kept like, he would occasionally like talk to his shoulder and shit. Like, Argh. It's like the little angel and the little demon that's there telling him what to do. He's like, Argh.
Yeah.
But he was definitely schizophrenic.
And what's happening is like,
and that guy, if it was on purpose, was wrong for bumper carding him.
But what else can you do to get a nigga away from you like that? Like,
it's on Bojangles.
You have to call the police, right?
They kept threatening to do that, but it was a bluff, and he knew it. He could tell. He was like, call the police.
But also, like, call the police. Like, what the fuck would that do to a guy like that?
And by the time they get there, will he be gone?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
And what's the crime?
The other day,
trespassing or loitering?
Probably
soliciting. He was soliciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sound like
he might as well be on a skateboard. That's just as bad. I think it's the same thing. Usually solicit and skateboards are like connected.
The signs are by each other, but in terms of crime, like just intensity.
Normally skateboarders are loiterers more than anything.
Yeah, they loiter. Loitering? That's why Tyler Creator show was Loiter Squad.
Yeah.
It was some skateboard niggas. Yeah,
was
and that's what they.
skateboarding.
Soliciting, they trying to sell you something.
Soliciting is like I'm here for my own personal benefit.
Oh, that's like
Loitering,
door to door.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why
so he
some-
was loitering,
Nah, he was soliciting. He had a sign asking for money,
but the sign didn't say shit.
but he was asking for money.
He's asking for money.
How when he was like that?
He was doing it in his language.
You speak.
He spoke Hobbit, whatever them niggas in Lord of the Rings speak.
Oh no!
Or what was the one you gave my kisses? That's how he sounded, just with a little bit more bass in his voice. But he was like,
whatever that
yeah,
nigga's
he was a
name is.
Gollum.
Okay. I was imagining more like a Men in Black alien. Like it's just some.
No. Yeah, nah. See, they at least articulate.
Yeah. But the other day, I was driving through like a back neighborhood to get like to my crib and shit. I was leaving Planet Fitness. There was a dog in the middle of the road, and I don't know what made me, but like I pulled over, and like I didn't get out the car immediately, but I opened the door like slowly to see what the dog was gonna do, and like we stared at each other for like 10 seconds.
You trying to kidnap somebody's
No,
dog?
not kidnap. Why would I try to kidnap a fucking pit bull? That's stupid. I might die. But we stared at each other for like 10 seconds, right?
Ooh.
Like very slowly. I got out the car and I was like, please don't bite me. He ended up coming up to me and he was like kind of cool and shit. So I walked to like the houses. It was a cul-de-sac. I walked to like 2 houses. The first house I walked up to, nobody answered, but the back gate was open. So I just assumed like, okay, that makes sense. Back gate open, dog gate out. Nobody answered. I walked to another crib. Some Somalian woman answers. She's like, oh, it's that house.
Was it the house with the open gate?
No, it was another house like across the cul-de-sac and shit.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty cute dog. It was like a blue-nosed pit bull. The shit was big as fuck though. And it was like, I'm not gonna lie, it was like trying to jump on me and do that grab shit. I'm not gonna lie. I hit him with the 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑. I had my shit clawed up at his neck. I swear to God, I didn't. It wasn't like I didn't do it too hard, but I did do it though. I was like,
Because he'd
nigga,
have
stop
bit your
jumping
shit
on me.
off as you
Stop jumping on me,
Yeah.
nigga.
You are the softest tough guy.
Nah, it's okay. But you should've-
Yo, he's like the Rock and the Tooth Fairy, to where it's like I'm big and I'm mean, but I'm taking care of this little girl.
nigga, you was scared.
I'm big and I'm mean, but I'll put on the tutu for her.
You was scared of a disheveled bum.
Nigga, spit it
what
out.
What are you talking
nigga.
about?
Nobody was scared of him. I just didn't want his spit or
I
saliva
bet.
to melt my skin
I
off.
bet. But look, real niggas tame animals. I'm more like what's that one nigga's name? That movie that was
Tarzan nigga, whatever.
not Tarzan, the other guy.
He ain't no Tarzan.
From he's Spider-Man.
You're
Craven.
the dog catcher.
I'm Craven.
No,
Craven,
you're more
Craven,
like
Craven.
you're
No.
more like Jim Carrey's the
Ace
dog
Ace
catcher.
Ventura,
Ace Ventura.
nigga.
Ace Ventura.
Know your callbacks,
You're
nigga.
Ace Ventura, nigga.
No, nigga.
You weak
I
ass
hope you
nigga.
to that. But
You
no,
weak.
I'm either that or Craven. I'm probably a mix.
No, you're not Craven.
Yes.
Craven's goal was to hunt the biggest catch. You're a PETA. You're helping animals.
Wait, I literally got out my whip.
To kill him?
No.
That's what Craven would have done.
Craven doesn't kill animals.
Craven kills all animals.
He would have tamed him. He would've
Craven
tamed
is
him.
a hunter, dog.
He tames,
He'd
animals,
tame
but he's
them.
not just going out like
Google
damn, this is a
Craven.
big-
Google
Yeah, but he-
Craven and Google his wall.
He's a hunter. Yeah, he's a
his
hunter.
wall of
He's
glory.
yeah, but he's not like. Just
You know why
going
he went
out-
after Spider-Man? Because he wanted to kill a superhuman nigga. Like that was like, yo, that's an animal I haven't caught yet.
Yeah, but
You
he
would-
doesn't kill pit
Nigga,
bulls.
you're not
Like,
even Caesar Pina. You're PETA. You a PETA.
No, nigga.
And you got to deal with that. I can't
What-
believe you got out and did like as you was telling the story. I was like, okay, I was just waiting for it to end, and like you saw a dog in the middle of the road. You found a dog a home.
Did he
have a leash?
I knocked on no leash. I knocked on the door. Some old black dude answered. Some
Some good citizenship.
There's some good citizenship
Nah,
right there.
it was some
yeah.
old black dude. He was
that
like-
stone making you soft.
He was like, appreciate it, pimp. Nigga, your stone is bigger than mine, so what does that make you?
Ooh,
So-
that's what she said.
So basically, he was like, appreciate it, young blood. I was like, yeah, man, you know, you gotta control this motherfucker. But now I held the dog with my claw hand.
Did he break you off something?
I held, nah, I mean, I wasn't gonna like take it. It's just like, you know.
What time of day was it? Like, why were you so compassionate?
I mean, it
noon.
wasn't
This
the
is at
time of
noon.
day. It was early though. I had just
noon.
left the gym and shit.
Yeah.
The dog was literally
Oh
in
my
the dog
God.
was The dog was literally
Lord,
in the middle of the road.
It was Saturday. He had just left the gym. He was on the way to see his girl. They was picnicking it. Like, it was a bunch of love in the air, right?
Not necessarily.
Just a bunch
like,
of compassion and sympathy just flowing through your bloodstream.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I let out the animal in me. So when I saw an animal in the middle of the road looking for his home, I felt for him. Because I took my animal to a place where he could let out and be free. But you see what I'm saying? But you wouldn't understand that because I had texted you that morning, but you had texted me 2 hours later talking about are you still there?
I was asleep.
You was what?
This nigga texted me at 7:20. Lord.
He was asleep.
Lord.
Hey, nigga was asleep. 8 a.m. He was asleep.
Yeah, that's
This is what I
abnormal.
got to deal with. This who I'm. How we gonna be stars, nigga?
What did you do for the podcast that day? Because
How we gonna be stars?
I sent a note that you added nothing to. So you up at 7 a.m. not worried about us?
I added two.
Hold
What are you
on.
talking? I added
No,
things.
hold on.
What are you
Because
talking
you
about?
added those today. So you was up at Saturday, 7 a.m. and you did nothing for our business.
You sent the
what
note
did you
today.
do for our business?
You sent the note.
I started it. Actually, I sent the note last night.
Yesterday.
What did you do
I added
for
things
what
today.
were you up doing for our business at 7 a.m.?
What are you talking about?
Answer the question. Lauren, you see what the witness is doing? He's trying to get out of it. I'm
Not
gonna banter
necessarily.
him. What were you doing for our business at 7 a.m.?
I found things.
And then add them into a day later? Why is that? You didn't have confidence in the material that you found?
Never that.
So what the fuck happened?
What are you talking about? I was literally experiencing what y'all just saw.
You
I
didn't
went
do
to
that
a
at
wrestling
7
event.
a.m. That should happen later in the day. What were you doing at 7 a.m.? Like, you know how millionaires, they got their morning routine, right, Lauren?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them wake up, pour some sparkling water in the bowl, splash their face,
isn't going
and then
out-
they get on the computer and get to work. What work did you...
Isn't going out
What
and going
worked?
to the gym
What
and bettering myself kind of helping
No.
Lauren,
No.
if you're going to the gym and like really bettering yourself, you're bettering everybody else around you.
Yeah,
Because
as long as you take that energy into it.
and you take that energy into it. And another thing, he's asking, what was I doing at 7 a.m.? I was getting ready to go to the gym. And I texted him. He just didn't text back until 2 hours later.
Is that a habit that you have?
Man.
Like, you just a 7 a.m. in the gym kind of nigga? Because that's the first time you texted me that early to go. That hasn't happened
It's a good
before.
habit to build.
He ain't building that shit. He couldn't sleep for reasons I can't tell on the podcast. So he was up and he was like, fuck it, I might as well go to the goddamn gym. If he had the option to still be asleep at 9 a.m., he would have. And you know that. Exactly, silence. But, shout out to Jay Nobles for working out to get our podcast better. I feel like that's going to blow us the fuck up. This nigga triceps looking bigger. It's really going to push us through. It's going to help us get these 400 niggas we lost. Shout out to them. Because we used to hit a band. We used to hit a Band-Aid every week. Now we be getting that 6, 7, which is cool. We still love y'all guys. We do it for y'all. But we have 400 missing soldiers. 400 legions of leisure.
Yes.
I don't know where they went. And you being up at 7 a.m., working your ass off, is doing something to get them back, I hope. I hope so, brother.
Hey, man.
Yo, what you about to say? You got some...
Oh, nah, yeah, you
got some... You want to protect your dignity or you just want to keep going? You want to keep digging a hole?
Oh, nah, you go.
Okay. Yo, it was another homeless situation that I saw, like, literally... Was this yesterday? It might have been Friday. I'm driving down Capitol.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's homeless motherfuckers. Nothing abnormal now.
Yeah.
In this new era. But I look over because I'm like, that white woman doesn't appear to be wearing a shirt. Like, she had something above her neck, almost like her shirt was lifted all the way up and kind of like stuck on her head a little bit. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on with her? So I look fully. I swear to God, dog. Like, this is no exaggeration. This is exactly what was happening. She was bent over, leaning to the right. And like, she had one of her titties in her hand and was just squeezing that shit.
Yeah.
Nothing was coming out, but she was just squeezing the life out of her titty on the side of Capitol Boulevard. That's really, like, those two stories in conjunction in a week is why I was like, all right, it's a problem now. But she was milking herself dry.
She was just squeezing her titty.
She was just squeezing her left tit. She leaned to the right, had her shirt kind of up to where it's like you didn't know if she just had on like a scarf, or a thick ass scarf,
or an underwear shirt,
or if she was lifting her shirt. But apparently she had lifted her shirt up and was just squeezing her titty. Nothing was coming out, so I couldn't for the life of me understand like what her goal was.
She might have had an ache or a pain. She was massaging.
Yeah. Like she was just like, let me just get the kinks out.
It was something coming out. It's probably, I don't know what it's like with people like that. Maybe they're reliving like their horrors or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe she had a baby and like, you know, she was white, right? So let's say trailer park. Let's just try to build her fucking past.
White woman, chubby.
Chubby, okay, so WIC, food stamps. Let's go Kinston.
I don't know. She had all that support. She might not have been on the road milking her own titty for hydration.
But typically, if you have all that support, you have a lot of time to do other things. You're not worrying about, you know, like, I don't know, worrying about trying to buy whole milk and shit. Because you can do some drugs.
You get milk on WIC. That's what I'm saying. Why was she milking the titty?
Yeah, but it's probably...
You get cheese. You get
I don't know. Maybe she had an abusive guy.
Which
she had an abusive guy.
There's a lot of those.
She was trying to feed her baby one day. Maybe he snatched the baby out her breast. It ripped her nipple off. She had a nipple, right?
She definitely had a nipple.
Damn,
it was definitely dry.
How long did you look?
I was at a stoplight, so
so you got
I got a good glance.
You got it, yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
What the fuck is she doing?
Picture perfect, nigga.
Literally. I actually still can see it in my head right now as we speak. But that's another thing that's been going on with this homelessness. I've been seeing a lot of black dudes with white girls. And it's like some real, what's that movie called? With Terrence Howard. It's kind of
Hustle and Flow.
It's some real hustle and flow, bummy edition. I've been seeing a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what it looks like in real life, ironically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is the reality.
Most niggas aren't just talented and can just pimp and rap and like
with green eyes.
Yeah, with green eyes and fucking
what the fuck?
Whatever type of hairdo that was. Yeah. That was a dude.
It was a perfect perm.
Yeah. But nah, it's funny though because when you're stripped of everything, you become probably connected with like everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh, the condensation melting. It's getting on my shirt.
Oh, wow.
God damn it. But you're right. It's like
in a weird way.
It's an ego death.
But yes, and what do
in
you,
the worst way possible.
But what do you have to lose? Like, if I was homeless, fuck it. Like, if she's white, if she's Indian, if she's Asian, you just need somebody next to you.
Well, and it depends on like your level of homelessness. Like, are you homeless with the goal of getting out of this situation? Or are you homeless and it's like, this is the life I'm living. I'm just going to, you know, just accepting that this is what it's going to be.
Lauren, you mind if you type in Google homeless population in Raleigh, North Carolina?
Because if you're truly committed to being homeless and living that life, does disease matter to you anymore? Because you're not going to the hospital. 1,258 individuals were experiencing homelessness as of the 2025 point in time count, a nearly 27% increase from the previous year. That is substantial.
Yeah.
That is why there's people milking tit on Capitol Boulevard. Literally yesterday, it was this dude. He was nodding off, but he was sitting down. It looked like he was meditating. He was just in like a junkie paradise. And I rolled my window down. I woke him up. I was like, here, nigga, here's $3. He was like, huh? Oh, shit. God bless you. Like, he immediately got into being a regular person. He took the money. He didn't even count it, which I didn't know if that was strange, but I noted it. I was like, damn, he didn't even count it. He just threw it in his pocket. He sat right back down. He looked left. He looked right. And he closed his eyes again. I was just like that.
That's peace.
Yeah. That's
tranquility.
Humans, we talked about it on stream, I think. Or maybe this is just one of my thoughts. But humans are smart, and we're smarter than the other animals. But we're also overdoing this. Like, I think life boils down to the point, like, we keep trying to make a point out of, like, being alive and living, when I think the whole purpose is just to be alive.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's not a grand, like, yo, we got to do a bunch of shit in this life so that, like, when we die, there's, like, a better one. Or even to the extent of, like there's supposed to be a meaning. I don't think that there's a meaning to life necessarily. I think this is genuinely an experience. And if you're experiencing it, that is the meaning that you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
Being alive is the point of being alive. We're not alive to go on to a better place necessarily. And not even saying that that's not happening.
But
I think we get caught up on like over analyzing what this is. Because when you look at animals, like animals have none of the problems we have. There's no depressed animals. Well, dogs, but that's different. We've made them emotionally like gimps. But just in nature, the wild animals, they're not anxious. They're not stressed. They're not depressed. They don't have like a feeling of not being fulfilled. They live life fully.
I will say.
It's like, I'm hungry now, so I'm going to go eat now. If I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. There's no hustle. There's no hustle culture.
Yeah.
There's no hustle culture in the jungle.
But that's another thing, though. It's like, first of all,
they have brains too.
Quick question. Why do we look at it as problems?
What do you mean?
Because why do we look at it as like animals don't have the same problems we have? Like, why do we look at what we have as like a problem? And first of all, animals do get anxious, nigga, because, you know, natural disasters happen, you know, in different parts. So it's like animals have to relocate and move. It's different, but it's also
that's survival. That's anxiety that's necessary for survival. But you being anxious over like some frivolous shit that doesn't matter in terms of nature and just in terms of like being alive, shelter, like all of those things, our anxiety is man-made. You being in school, worried about that you didn't study for a test, and so you taking it, you kind of nervous because like, oh fuck, I don't want to fail. Mom gonna kick me out.
But
whatever the fuck. Like that's all man-made struggle. There is nothing in nature that's saying that this has to happen. But that's shit that we've overcomplicated to a degree. Which is why we have a lot of suffering.
Well, okay, I understand. My bad, Lauren.
Good. I was just gonna say there is still more to life than just living. Like just being alive, rather. You know what I'm saying? That's what, at least for us as humans, because of our brains, like we know how much of life there is out there. So like it may not be about some grandiose theme, but like you said, that's why some people do like nomadic shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like that's life for them, the experience of it. But to experience it, it ain't just living. Because I can just live on the street as a homeless person. I'm not experiencing it in the right way. To me, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because
subjective.
What's wrong? What's technically wrong with being homeless?
That's what I said. It's subjective.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, what else? Like, what else is there to life other than living it? Your best moments in life typically are like when you feel full of life.
Yeah.
Like those moments of just like, like I'm completely here. I'm completely in this moment and I just feel that peace and that joy that comes from that shit. You get what I mean? Like, that's why meditating is peaceful to some people. Because we live in a world where it's like, it's a bunch of sound and screens and all that shit. To be able to really sit down in silence and have like no expectations, nowhere to be, nothing to do, just to be, Yeah, that's why niggas enjoy sleep so much. Like if you genuinely ask people who work their ass off, like what's the best part of your day, they'll jokingly say sleep. Because it's like I finally get to just exist. Even though you are sleeping, you're not dead, so you're still alive. But I get to exist without the pressure of having external shit.
I think with the homeless thing, it is a little different though. Just because like there's a natural part of living that's like eating, and that becomes hard to do when you're like homeless and shit like that. So there's things that become hard to do when you're on that low level of it. And because we're all connected, we all have like a certain idea that there is a baseline that we would like to have to consider living a life of experience, like lived experience, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
we've overcomplicated what it takes to get that.
I agree.
Like,
I agree that.
Before, when we was really just like on some like more animalistic than we are now, as long as we was fed, had somewhere to live, all that other shit, it was simple. But like getting those things requires a lot more now. You gotta have a job. You gotta pay taxes. Like it's not just as simply as you go outside, you get your shit done, and you whatever the fuck. It's like we've complicated that to where we get further away from actually being present and living life.
Right.
Because we have taxes. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
For sure.
Like little shit that gets in the way. Like I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. to go. I gotta get a job. I gotta go to school, go in debt, get a job, just to have that same shit that Neanderthals just woke up and did.
Right. And it depends on...
We put so much tape in front of like that part to where we actually aren't really living for real.
Absolutely.
And the real part is like, the point of living is for the next generation. Like, it's for the kids that you plan on having. Because in a perfect world, your kid isn't going to have to stress about paying for college.
Right.
Like, he's probably not even going to have that idea in his brain that it's like somebody paid for him to go. Like, you just paid it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's the life he's probably going to live if you work, you know, as hard as you're probably going to work.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But
and I think that's like the beautiful part about humans is that we're not just like all angry. We're not just all happy. We're not just like all one thing. Animals, for the most part, are like all one thing. Yeah. And another thing that never gets talked about, back when we were like in our pure animalistic nature, nigga, it was a lot of fucked up shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did we stop doing fucked up shit?
Not saying that the overcomplication of life that we put on ourselves has stopped that, but
it's made more of it. It's made. There's a lot more fucked up shit that happens now with the overcomplication era that we're in.
The animal's gonna be there. Drugs was the first thing that was ever here, like mushrooms that get you high and shit. And
what you mean the first things that was ever here, nigga? There was fruits and vegetables. What are you talking about?
Are you really gonna play the semantics game? Like fungus from fruits? Like, it's the same thing. Like, let's be honest.
I'm just trying to understand the point that you're making.
I'm just saying that the animal part is always going to be there, but still the human part that, you know, tends to overcomplicate things sometimes is still like a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's still
I don't think it is. First of all, you separated the two. You said the animal part and the human part. I think they're exactly the same, which is another overcorrection that we're doing to where we think that we're different. We're not different. We just got a way more complicated way of doing it.
We're different.
No, we're not different, dog.
We're very different from an animal.
How?
We are very different.
How?
I can put an animal. Get your dog, Lauren.
I know what you're saying. Like I know what you're trying to say.
Our behavior is different, but even different animals have different behavior. It doesn't boil, but our behavior is all predicated on the same shit. We all need to survive. We all need to survive, and that is the baseline of being alive. If you don't handle that, you're dead. So us, animals, fish, is all the same thing.
Y'all both right. You're both right. You're both right. You're both actually right.
But the context of where
I was talking about you.
The context of where we're at in this physical realm is completely different. Like, we're in a completely different like level of like physical, like whatever this is, than a fucking fish.
I think we overcomplicate.
No, right.
It's not complicated. It's literally what we are. We are complicated animals, complicated humans. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are, but it's still like, I forgot my point, but Lauren, what was you saying?
I was gonna say you're both correct, because it's like what you're both saying the right thing, the same thing, essentially, but it's just different. Like, you're talking about like we all have a baseline need of certain things. Like, we're really not all that different from animals because of like just how the world operates, nature is. Like, when it comes to nature, like
genes, like we're mammals.
Like we're naturally we're the same way. It's just like it's communicated differently. But then it's also like the one biggest difference we have is what makes us so different. You know what I'm saying? The brain. Like, so like the one difference we have on that level is what makes us so different than animals. But outside of that, if you're gonna say like we're the same in 9 out of 10 categories, but that one category changes everything.
And my argument is that we're not so different. We're actually in a lot of ways worse because we struggle more than they do.
I don't know about that.
We struggle more than they do in certain regards.
I don't know about that.
Damn, what was I about to say? You had said something that had spawned a thought in my head that was another pillar to the argument I was making overall, which is that, Lauren, you don't stimulate thought. But damn, Lauren, what did you say?
Neither do you.
I was saying that like we the same in 9 out of 10 categories, essentially.
I think, what categories are we different?
Just one.
Put it this way.
The brain.
Okay, so you ever been around, like, had a homie in the friend group to where he struggled more than you do? And it's like, and I should pick a specific topic to like really make it make sense. But it's like, okay, say with like, okay, you had a homie that struggled with getting girls. And, you know, there's probably some ugly homies, but like just a homie who was too self-conscious, like he overanalyzed it, and he was too in his head to really just be able to like go through and get whatever the job needs to be done. I feel like that's humans in terms of the animal world. We're so conscious to where it's like, yeah, we think more than them, but is thinking more is that actually beneficial?
Yeah, it is.
Now,
Yes,
of course,
it is.
and of course, in different ways, it's like
animals do the same thing.
It is.
There's animals.
That's the point I've been making.
But I'm not to refute what you just said, but I'm saying that in the animal kingdom, there's like chimpanzees that don't get chose on, so like their lineage doesn't get passed down. So it's like nature will always be at play.
Select. It'll always select because
because
no, but it'll always select naturally though, with also who you are. Because like the shit you talking about, yeah, that's what conscious does. But conscious also allows you to do the opposite. Conscious allows you to be like, I'm not gonna let nobody fucking stop me. I can consciously make the decision that no matter what the fuck is in front of me, I'm running through that bitch. So it's like I can consciously make that same decision as well. So I may not make things easier for me. When things become hard, I might be able to tackle the hard shit easier because I can consciously think about it.
You don't think animals can overcome adversity? Like you think lions have a problem with running through whatever's the fuck in front of them?
No, I'm
rhinos.
I'm retorting to your point.
Nigga, what?
Name another big animal.
There's no more
retorting to your
rhinos
point.
on this earth.
I'm retorting to your point.
Okay, you exited out the conversation.
I'm retorting to your point. Your point was that
bulls,
like
you know what I mean? Like just having
I'm returning
Another animal
your
or
point.
horse? No.
That's funny shit. That's funny shit.
There are
Deer,
RPs and
nigga.
rhinos.
Fuck, okay, yeah.
But
Yeah, deer got
all I'm
antlers.
saying is that like even with that quality of being a human, that still exists in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, but you were just trying to use that to say that we struggle more because we have this conscious thing I'm saying no, we don't.
And let me change struggle.
I'm retorting to your point.
My fault, but let me change struggle. I think we suffer more emotionally. I think humans suffer more
think that's also
emotionally
subjective.
than animals do.
Because we also don't know.
What about elephants?
We also don't
Elephants
know.
are very, my bad, Lauren, but elephants are very emotionally intelligent. Dolphins are
Google
very
the
emotional.
suicide rates for elephants.
Also,
Google.
animals lose their loved ones, quote unquote, more often than we do. You know what I'm saying? Like they have babies, the babies get killed the next day, they have to go have babies again. Like this shit, you know what I'm saying? So like if we're talking about like how they feel or their struggle, like the animal kingdom is probably a more like dangerous and ridiculous place
I
to
think
live.
it's harder to be a human than it is to be an animal emotionally. And I get what you're saying. That I'm not saying that animals don't have loss or suffering, but it's like they don't go make poems about them.
But that just proves that
they don't go make like they don't go.
But that doesn't prove the point of anything. Like,
What do you think a
it's
cage bird song is, nigga? Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, but
Who built the cage? A man. That's all I'm saying. And why did he do it? Because hurt people hurt people.
Yeah,
He felt like he was in the cage himself. He saw this free ass bird. He was like, man, fuck birds, nigga.
No, nigga.
They're captive now.
no. He tamed the bird because he had the mental like clarity to be like, I wonder if I could tame this bird.
Put it this way, just on a basic like,
sound
because
like an
our
oppressor.
argument or the conversation is a good conversation, but it
Expanded.
is kind of expanded. Do you think that animals suffer more emotionally than humans do? Do you think there's like more depressed animals?
I don't think they consciously
more
suffer, no.
unfulfilled, like more that inner turmoil. I don't
No.
think animals have the same kind of inner turmoil as humans.
Not consciously. I think they have it, but not a conscious thing.
Well,
Yeah,
if they do it, okay, so I can see it on this. If they do have it, they have a better way of dealing with it.
They just don't know.
Not necessarily. I mean, why? By like
They
still
process
eating?
it. They process it and move forward.
How do they
now
have
give
a-
me an example.
Wait, hold
Give
on.
me an example of emotional
They
suffering
process
from
it.
an animal.
My dog just got bit the other day by another dog.
And you think he's fucked up about that for
she
weeks?
was fucked up about it. She is still kind of fucked up about it.
Your dog, dogs are different because dogs are literally man's best friend. It's like you chose the most emotional animal you could have.
But I mean, nah.
So what you wanted to choose an ant? Like,
I mean, you chose an animal that's you're actually proving my point. You chose an animal that's evolution is now right beside humans. Like the way dogs have evolved is by man's side. And what happened to them? They became more emotional.
For sure.
They started to suffer more. Your dog has fucking anxiety, Lauren.
But I think we have.
If your dog was a wolf, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have anxiety. And if it does,
I think they do.
because first of all, anxiety is necessary for survival.
Yeah.
Like fear,
Yeah.
because that's that
it
fight or flight
stimulates-
shit.
yeah.
That's how if animals didn't get scared, they wouldn't know that there was a threat.
and they wouldn't run away. Right.
But that's a real threat. The threat of you, and I get the material world that we made has made our simulated threats real because they're now real to us. So if you study for a test or didn't study or didn't do your homework and you was like, fuck, I'm about to fuck up my grade, my mom gonna be mad and all that shit, that is stress, anxiety, inner turmoil in a materialistic world that doesn't have to exist. It's not the same as you being outside and a fucking bulldog comes up to you, fangs showing and shit, and that little feeling in your heart where it drops from here to the bottom of your balls. That's real fear. That's necessary fear for survival. It's not created fear. And I will concede that in the material world we've created, we made it. So it exists now.
And we literally have animals, like we have the mental to like change fear into something else.
Right.
Like I don't think
some of us do.
No.
We all
Hold on, Tony, please. We all
Yeah,
have the ability,
yes,
despite our circumstances, despite how you grew up, you have the ability to do what most people can do, which is like change fear. Well, a lot of people can do, which is change fear into something else.
You think a lot of people could do it?
Yes.
So why is performing on stage still one of the biggest fears if it's so easy to just turn it off, dog? Like turning off fear isn't that easy.
Yes, but
you get what I'm saying? Like
we do it all the time.
There's motherfuckers with phobias.
We do it all the time.
You do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
No, everybody does.
Everybody does.
The majority of the working world does. Like so many people are afraid of people who have phobias of xenophobia, all sorts of shit, afraid of even going outside. They go outside to get a job and do a job and figure something out and interact with people.
You're saying everybody does that? You're saying
no.
nobody's suffering?
It's all.
No, I'm saying that people who are suffering the most are also doing that. So I'm saying that there's a majority of people who do it because the people who suffer the most also do that.
And it's all contextual. Like people are afraid when they get hired at a new job. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I going to be doing?
Now name an animal that doesn't do that as well.
I forgot what the conversation is now.
About turning off the fear or being able to consciously moderate it. Name an animal that can't do it. Name an animal that just gets scared and dies. And they probably exist, but there are humans that are like that as well. There are weak humans. There are weak-minded people.
Oh,
and even to progress this conversation even further, I think another thing that fucked us up about being technically smarter is that we developed identities. Like animals don't really have true identities and like, this is who I am.
That's not true.
This is... Explain the thing.
Because they have hierarchy within the kingdom.
They run in
status is different than identity. Status is different than identity.
Not even hierarchy, but that is a point.
Status is different than identity, though. That's a different conversation.
Animals that run in packs.
Hierarchy is a status game, and explain how it's different.
Well, I said it's not just that because I'm talking about the hierarchy within the culture of the jungle.
Hold on,
like,
don't say that too long because there's hierarchy in your family too. You have a hierarchy in your family.
I didn't say hierarchy doesn't exist. But I brought up identity and he brought up status. And I'm trying to
I didn't bring up status. I brought up hierarchy, not status.
He's trying to connect hierarchy to
hierarchy is status.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Jay.
Because you're trying to talk to him and he's off camera. I'm trying to make a point.
So why is he allowed to talk if I can't talk about it?
I'm trying to help him, but it's like we're about to say the same thing.
Oh, you need help?
No,
you need help from your little man?
Let him go. Let him go.
He's trying to connect hierarchy to how like that translate and communicates to like in a pact. You know what I mean? Because part of communicating in a family or a pack of animals is hierarchy. You respect the hierarchy of your mother, so therefore you're going to communicate with her in a certain way.
And that's going to be the identity of each person.
The hierarchy of the pack leader. So he's going to bite the animal first after it's dead.
Yeah.
He gets the best spot. He gets the lung spot. It's all meaty and shit.
Yeah.
So
now,
same thing with the dad. The mom makes the plate for the dad. The same shit.
So we're kind of changing the conversation. It's not that far off though. But do you niggas disagree with the fact that we have a stronger sense of identity than humans? I mean, than animals.
No, I don't disagree with that.
Do you disagree with that? Do you understand the question? You look a little confused.
What are you trying to say?
Do you think that humans have a stronger sense of self-identity than animals?
Yes.
Yes, but
yes, right?
Yes.
And I think that is an overcomplication as well. Because when you look at what 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃 is, right? Like what 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃 really is it's identity failure. To where the person that you associate yourself as being, you don't like so much that you're willing to throw the whole thing away and just say, I don't want to do this anymore. You understand? I don't think animals have that same problem. And that's what goes to my other point of we suffer more emotionally because we have a sense of ego and a sense of identity that overcomplicates the experience of life.
Well, 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃 in itself, first of all, is an illness that affects animals too. And it's crazy to see an animal jump off a cliff to like do
an illness?
𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃 is a mental, if you are thinking about doing that, you have a mental illness. There's a worm, an alien worm in your brain trying to eat itself inside your brain. Like,
okay. And if that is true.
Let's be honest. Like,
and if that is true,
that's not a normal thing.
Well, no, you can't say that, dog.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's that much of like a disease in your brain to where your brain chemistry is different. You haven't been illness. You haven't had your world fall apart to where you could really question who the fuck you are and if you want to keep living or not. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a band. You haven't suffered that much. There are people who have suffered so much to the degree to where it's not like a weakness or a mental illness in their brain.
Right.
It's literally like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. I disassociate it. So, because that's how traumatic this shit has been.
So what about the people that aside for reasons like they didn't get asked out on a date or
who's done that?
You think why are you making a monolith for like all people that
you're making a monolith for all people that end themselves?
That there's multiple reasons, like the level of mental clarity is what I'm saying. It's different levels to like the people that like do that. Like not all people are army vets that have been through like really heavy shit.
Yeah, but they kill themselves a lot, dog. What are you talking about?
I'm saying
you brought up veterans.
I'm saying that's not all of it. It's still a lot of people that are just like,
because they were lucky enough to not have to suffer that much. So much of life is like circumstantial. Like you don't choose the shoes that you're born into. You don't choose the family that you're in. Correct. You don't choose if your dad touches. Like there's certain things that you don't choose. Correct. You just get lucky that it didn't happen to you. And I like to your greater point of like suicide being a mental illness. Like hell no.
There's a lot of great people who've done great things in life who like lose things and then it sends them in a certain path. Like you don't know what. Certain emotions get triggered in a certain way. Yeah, and you didn't know you could be that person in general. Like some people end up.
You don't like you're not better than people who do that. You just have better circumstances.
Why? First of all, I'm not putting mental illness down.
What do you mean putting mental? Well, you
like,
made suicide seem like it was a mental illness, which is not true.
Hold on. We're animals, right?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. We're animals. I've personally seen videos of like animals, like lions, just jumping off of cliffs, and they categorize that like scientists, like people who do science on animals, shit. They categorize that as like a mental illness. And even when you think about the concept of an animal, right? Animal first, human second, because we learned that was the order which we learned how to be here. The concept of not wanting to be here, like. There's no animal that doesn't. No animal does that. Like no animal is born and doesn't want to live in like the flow of nature. Like even gnats, they know. Like I'm pretty sure gnats don't know they have a week to live, but they still like carry on with
flies
life
and shit.
You know,
are you saying that on the ladder that humans are born that way?
Like we all know that we're finite or something like that.
Yes, to a certain like. It's just a certain programming as the animals we are. That's what I'm saying. And
I honestly don't understand the point you just made. Lauren, do you understand what he's saying?
Not 100%.
I'm saying that to your point, right? You was talking about how I wasn't, because you was saying how I was trying to put mental illness down. I wasn't trying to put mental illness down.
I wouldn't say you was putting it down. But my point was you chalked up suicide to mental illness, which is not true.
I think
that there probably does exist like a mental illness that would make you want to do that.
I think I know what he was trying to say now.
But no, I'm saying
you chalk all of it up to mental illness.
Yes, it's a mental.
He's saying there's a lot of mental illnesses, and we all have mental illnesses, and that's one of them.
It's a mental illness.
I think that's what he's trying to say, but I don't know.
I still. Suicide is a mental illness.
So what's another mental illness?
So you think that there's a person who you think you're born with the predisposition, like we're born with a certain brain chemistry.
Can we just look this up?
We're born with a certain brain chemistry. Some people are born with mental illness and mental problems. You think that all people who commit suicide are born with mental illness?
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying to do that, right? First of all, not everybody's born with a mental illness. But I'm saying to do that, you're going through turmoil. You're going through an illness of the mind. Do you know you're sick in the mind, just in terms of what the word like. But
were you Googling on this up? To help this nigga?
I was trying to find a way. I couldn't do it. I was trying to find a way to Google it without
that looks a little wordy.
Yeah, because I was trying to find a way to Google it without like this nigga's computer popping up on like a suicide help hotline thing or something.
I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. No, trying to get him help.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to just
go back.
Hold on, let me.
What did you Google?
I Googled the same question, what we asked. I just was trying to find a way to say it differently. I just got to put this in here real quick.
But regardless, though,
who said it?
I said it.
Regardless,
Come on, man. You just got back. You can't be. I
know.
Well,
Hold on, right there. Hold on, real quick, Tony.
While
strong correlation. While 𝙼𝙾𝚃 is a complex issue with various contributing factors, it's important to understand the relationship between 𝙼𝙾𝚃 and mental health, mental illness and 𝙼𝙾𝚃. Strong correlation. A significant number of individuals who die by 𝙼𝙾𝚃 have a mental health condition. Not the only factor. It's a myth that 𝙼𝙾𝚃 only affects individuals with a mental health condition,
which is the
according
point
to the National Alliance of Mental
Which
Health.
is all we were trying to say. Like, I even kind of said it, but I didn't say it fully. That, like, of course, I feel that there are mental conditions that lead to 𝙼𝙾𝚃, but it's not the only factor. I don't even think it's the major factor. But regardless, though,
correlation that was.
Regardless, though, it's everybody's right. Congratulations. Regardless, though, I think we have more of that. I don't see the argument that we don't have more of that in human nature than there is in just regular animals.
You don't think we have?
I think there's more emotional turmoil in humans than there is in animals.
And the major point of that
how
is to say
often do you
that,
think animals cry?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot. Now Google it. How often do animals cry?
Yeah, they be crying a lot.
A lot?
Yeah, they be dying every day, bro. They homies be dying every day.
Animals don't really cry when they die, though. There's animals that eat their babies.
They got families, but they still be
animals that don't cry.
He's bullshitting. Animals don't have the same. You think an animal loves his mom as much as you do?
But what point
do you think an animal loves his mom as much as you?
Do I think an animal loves my mom?
No, its mother as much as you love your mother.
I wouldn't know.
It's impossible. You know how? Because they didn't develop a Mother's Day. They didn't develop holidays to celebrate certain emotional significance.
Because
we're the only ones that did that.
I'll let you.
We're the only ones that did it.
Because they're not better. They don't have they're not in the conditions that we are to like change and manipulate our environment. And that's what makes us better. But of course, with being better, there's things that come with that.
Animals don't cry as what cry would be defined as. So there's no animals who produce tears. But they do like whimper in distress and all
they
those
do
calls
whimper
and shit like
in
that.
distress and
those calls
when they're hurt and shit like that. But it's not the same. It's not the same, dog.
Yeah, because they don't have to change their diapers.
I think my overall point is that humans have an identity, have a self-identity, have egos, and we've overcomplicated things to a degree to where we suffer more. We suffer more than animals do. Animals don't even have tear ducts for it.
And my
they didn't develop them. They didn't need them. They're when we like, even as humans, when we refer to like certain emotional traits or just certain traits, we use animals to represent it because they always that. Like bravery and courage is fucking lions and shit. Like even David Goggins, his whole philosophy of stand hard. It's like that's some. I'm pretty sure there's a picture of a fucking wolf on his wall. You know what I mean?
And my stance that I'm standing on is it's the same thing that you said. That is what it is, but I think you're skewing it too far in one direction. I think it's much more an even playing field, and I think there's a lot of motherfuckers on the other side of that, and I think there's probably, I'm not gonna say more, but there's a lot
of motherfuckers on the other side of what? You think there's a lot of animals on the other side that also suffer emotionally?
A lot of people, humans, are on the other side of like the consciousness being an advantage more than a disadvantage. Like I think that there's a lot of humans on that side that you are like not looking at. So that's what I'm saying. Like I agree with your statement, but I don't think your statement is the majority.
And you want to know another thing? I think that first of all, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. Yeah. So the ratio is going to be skewed. But if we were in nature, it wouldn't be as many of us because a lot of us don't have that thing that Lauren just said. Mm-hmm. That ability to look at a cliff and go, fuck, I guess I got to go the other way, or just build a fucking, I don't know, something.
Exactly. And how the world, but technically, just as the earth exists, that's how the world should be.
Yeah.
That's how the world should be. We're overpopulated ourselves. Like this isn't, what's happening with us isn't natural anymore.
Oh, for sure.
None of this is natural.
For sure.
We wear shirts and shit. Niggas got iPhone, like this shit ain't natural. We've gone away from that world. And I think in going away from that world, of course, it's not all bad. Of course, there's certain advantages. Animals don't have AC.
Okay.
You know how good it feels in here, guys? You feel that cool breeze. It's fucking amazing.
They're also
Animals,
built for their climate, so they don't need it.
And we also lost some of that because we got softer and more comfortable, and we don't rely on just like genes anymore. We rely on technology.
To save us, what's our next evolution? What's the thing to save us? Where should we go compared to where we're headed?
I think we got to merge more nature with this shit. I don't think we should get completely away and throw out. I don't think we should just throw this whole shit away. But I think we got to realize our ego and thinking that we're so much better than them, because we're not. We're not so much better than them. We do all the same shit. We have a more complicated means of doing it. And then some of that is cool. Some of that is better. But some of that leads us to more suffering than what they're actually going through. That's the only point I'm making.
That we're not better.
Let's move on.
I'm just trying to understand.
Let's move on. I give up.
But
I'm better off talking to some cubs, nigga. Where's some geese at? They feel me. They understand this shit. Like, yo, they walk around thinking they better too. See, animals ain't all that. There's some animals that are assholes.
Those are some
assholes.
Those are some asshole animals.
But they're only,
and they might have learned it from us. We don't know.
No,
Lord.
why are they
We don't know,
assholes?
Lord.
Because we condition them. We have the ability to program
We
animals.
made them emotional?
No, we conditioned them to not get hit by cars. So therefore, they just go in the middle of the road and just keep walking.
Yeah, but that doesn't like, and I on the surface, just optic levels, the fact that like we can manipulate them better than they can manipulate us makes us smarter. But I don't think being smarter is all that. It's definitely something, and there's benefits to be had from that, but it's not everything. And there is diminishing returns.
I feel like you're taking the stance that like we took on the whole code conversation, where it's just like code isn't just one thing. It's just, it's multiple different things. But
I don't care what stance y'all took. Real quick though, I wanted to ask y'all niggas, like in terms of like NASCAR and just Formula One racing and all of that shit, what are they really racing?
What do you mean?
Because legally, everybody's car should have the same speed limit on it. Like, if we're NASCAR drivers, your car shouldn't be able to go 300 and mine can only do 250. You're obviously going to win the race. We're all working with the same level of equipment. So what are we really racing? Is it just reaction time? Is it just being able to, like, when you're on the track, knowing when to move over and get out of that corner and like bend it right there? Like, what is the real? What's the real race? Because it's a race. Somebody finishes first, but what is the inner workings of that shit?
They have. Not everybody uses the same car. I don't think there's certain companies like Toyota. They have their own brand of NASCAR,
with their own models.
But also the tune guy. I forgot. I'm pretty sure he's called like the head mechanic. But like everybody has different tunes, like how hard, the stock of the car, like the loose of how loose they want the steering wheel to be. It's just like.
But they all go the same speed, right?
Not
necessarily.
Not exactly. But you can use draft. You can use drag. You can use things like that to like. I just saw the terms here. It made me think about it. It's true to like help what you're doing. Give yourself a little bit of a boost, allow the acceleration on your vehicle to work a little bit better.
You have a team.
Allow things like, what I'm saying? Hit a corner a certain way, cut off these seconds.
You bend it easier.
Accelerate out of it a certain way, do these things. Like,
but in terms of the actual car, they all go the same miles per hour.
I
just
don't believe
Google
so.
it. Please Google that.
So there's niggas with faster cars?
I think. I don't know.
What?
Just like on the dashboard. You know what I mean?
I think
what is faster?
Just in terms of like top speed on the dashboard.
But
that's not all that wins a race. Like if my car pushes off faster than yours, that might be what I need to win.
Right.
Yeah.
But your car might go faster. But it's just like a different.
Is that different? Can I trust y'all niggas?
It's like that's what it is.
You don't know NASCAR.
I do. Well, I know.
Lauren, you've been to y'all used to go to the track and do the live pods a lot. What did you learn anything from that shit?
Yeah, for sure. They don't go all the same speed for sure. And it says it right here.
Okay.
I was going to just say that there are limits. There are like limits to top speed and powers. So there's like powers and ratings that you can make your car.
That's what
get
I'm asking.
To. So
that's what I was asking.
So there's limits. It's like you can only go to 500cc or whatever shit like that. If you're going to talk about racing bike cars and shit like that, there's like limits. You can only have a bike that's rated this way, a car that's rated this way.
Yeah.
Because you can't take a supercar to the NASCAR. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's cheating.
So there's
steroids.
So it's up to you and your team to try to get as close to that level as you can, and you do it in certain parameters to match that level. So certain cars do have better acceleration.
While also being able to go 300 laps. You have to push a car to its fucking limits.
But you also have to be able to drive that much and do that and understand and like withstand the G-forces the whole time and know the science of how the shit works. Like it's in a work, and you also have that pit crew and everybody.
And don't you have a teammate? Can you look that up? I thought you have another guy.
You got
that you can use.
You got teammates. They ride. They drive in like
they drive in the same
teams in the same races.
Talladega Nights. It was Will Ferrell and the other nigga. They were on the same team at first, but then the other nigga just got good enough on his own to where they started competing.
Yeah.
So it's like the
he
team.
Took his
it says
girl.
right here.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Teams can adjust the suspension, aerodynamics, other aspects of their cars to optimize handling and speed for different tracks. So it also depends on which track you about to go to. Like they prepare all that shit to like change certain components of the car to handle that terrain better.
So it's literally like a chess match. Whoever can make the best adjustments.
And then it comes to in-game talent.
In-game reaction and talent and balls. You got to have the bolitos to get in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But okay, so it's chess.
Because if I hit
this... Because I was literally sitting down wondering that shit. I was like, I know that there's no way that they're just giving niggas faster cars.
Nah.
Like this one goes 500, this one goes 200 miles per hour. It's impossible.
They tune their
They had
cars
to be working in the same specifications, but it's just minor adjust. It's like coaching, dog. It's good coaching.
Yeah, nah.
In the fourth quarter, they getting you on the block. You got to make your adjustments.
And you're also racing against death. They're going very fast.
Going very fast.
And
Bolitos.
not a lot of NASCAR drivers dive. I guess they respect the track.
They also have the best airbags in the business, right? They have to.
They have like certain built cars for like rolling and shit like that. The cages and all that.
They got to have like the best.
The supercar motorcycles. I forgot what they're called, but they have like airbags.
Tron bikes.
Yeah, they have airbags built in like all the key points, like airbags in their knees, in their elbows.
Oh, you talking about the suits?
Yeah, the suits, their neck area. So like when they fly off the bike and shit,
they just turn into a fucking bubble.
Yeah, nigga, Michelin man. Nigga, they just puff
That's
up.
crazy. I didn't even notice that.
Nah, that shit dope.
But
dope.
That NASCAR shit is different. And then it's like you do gotta have the balls for that shit. Cause it's like, to know when to overtake a nigga. Cause it's like I can try to get over on this side, but if he don't let me do this a certain thing, I might be hitting that wall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and am I okay with hitting this wall?
Right.
Am I okay with spidering myself?
Am I okay with like splitting that in first place or second place? Like, because if I try to go for this and hit that wall, it's either first place or death.
Yes.
How bad do I want it?
And when they're in the car and they're driving and they bend that corner or they do some cold shit and they just get that feeling of like being full of life.
Yeah.
It's a more complicated way of animals doing it. You know what cheetahs do?
I knew he was doing that shit.
Cheetahs just get out and they run fast as a motherfucker and it's like, I'm alive. You ever seen a dog just like, I'm fucking alive?
Yeah.
We gotta build NASCAR cars just to get that same feeling.
No,
what are you talking about? We podcasting. You don't get that feeling from
That's
this
what
nigga?
I'm saying.
Not that
You
same
don't get
feeling.
the feeling from this nigga?
It ain't that same feeling.
The fuck?
What about basketball? What about basketball?
I thought you lived for this
Basketball,
shit.
His whole life was built off of a man-made sport.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Somebody had to build a game for me to feel alive.
No.
Animals just wake up and they do it.
No.
Hey, but that game was supposed to make you feel alive. I guess it didn't.
What game?
And we saw that in your tape.
No, that game made me feel alive, nigga. That's why I'm still here. So I haven't deleted myself.
Hell no,
I found the game. I have a love for the game. I don't even give a fuck who I'm playing. I'm playing.
Hell no.
It's fun.
You ain't beating Haliburton. Yeah.
I think Haliburton. Clip it. I think Haliburton is the one NBA player I can give some smoke to.
Nah, probably Brittany Griner.
He too. NBA,
For sure.
NBA player.
Nah, probably
NBA player.
Caitlin Clark.
NBA player, nigga.
Caitlin Clark might give you the business.
Caitlin Clark is better than Haliburton.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm being facetious, of course. But
No,
her
you're
game
not.
is sexier. Her game is sexier.
There's no.
You haven't watched her play. Her game is sexier.
Ain't nothing sexy about her.
He don't have the same
You haven't
range.
seen her? You haven't seen her like dressed up like, you know what I'm saying? Like sexy? You haven't looked that up?
She looked.
Lauren,
She
what
looked
you
tight.
say?
With you,
What the
She
fuck
looked
you
tight.
say?
I'm fucking with you.
Nah,
She looked like Steve Nash with a wig.
Steve. I thought you were about to say
She
Steve
does actually
Jobs.
have
I was
a-
like
No.
Steve Jobs for sure.
John Stockton with a wig.
She got a strong jawline.
yeah, super strong.
She do got a strong jawline.
Stronger than angels.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stronger than more. Yeah. But
So her jawline is technically stronger than Brittany. I confuse her with the Muslim one now
Reiner?
all
Yeah,
the
you
time.
talking about Griner.
or you talking about Griner?
Yeah. But yeah, she got a stronger jaw than Brittany Griner.
I'll never forget the first time because I didn't know about her until like I didn't really pay attention to the WNBA.
Yeah.
I've
The
heard
Russian
the name,
thing.
but to the Russian thing. And when they were doing the transport of like the prisoner and the back and forth,
Yeah.
and like I looked at the video the first time, I was like, who was that nigga walking on the other side?
Yeah.
And they were like, that's Brittany Girl. I said, oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Damn, Shorty's huge.
Yeah, she playing in the wrong league.
short. Yeah, I was like, damn.
You saw her armpit hair and shit.
I was like,
damn, bitch.
You know,
and then she had said something. I was like, who's this nigga talking?
Yeah.
And Russian men probably like that shit. You know, they're very like they're alcoholics and just like, you know, I feel like they're closer to that animal part that you was preaching about.
Way happier.
They was probably looking at her like, oh yeah.
No.
Do you classify like athletes like that are that tall, that big? Like, are they just a different breed of human for real?
Nah.
Like,
they're not a different breed of human.
like a 7 foot, like a Shaq, like a 7 foot nigga. Like,
they're just a real big human. I feel like to be a different breed of human, you gotta have some shit that's not human. Ability about you that's not human.
you gotta have them tree feet.
There's enough big niggas. There's people bigger than Shaq. There's enough of them to where it's like that's not common, but it is normal.
Yeah.
Now them 8 foot niggas and all that shit, that's different. That's like, but a lot of them they be born with tumors on their brain
like
that spread out that human growth hormone. And niggas get huge. That's different.
Yeah, but Shaq would have to have like I don't know, suction cups that are bouncy on the bottom of his feet. Now he's a different type.
Yeah.
On the body, really like he could scale walls and shit.
Yes.
It'd be something completely different.
Yes.
Or if he could change colors, like chameleons.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that alien Will Smith was chasing when he like blinked and he had the reptilian eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think all that shit is coming, man. Niggas is getting more advanced.
We ain't gonna see it though. That's like if we live long enough for some shit like that to happen. Well, it's actually never gonna happen now because we have technology. It's no need. Like,
Did you see that AI video?
The one where they were talking about like prompt theory.
Yeah.
I put that as a topic on this very podcast, brother.
That shit's insane.
But I couldn't go back and find the link. So maybe Google prompt theory so we have like a real definition of it. But I don't know how real this could possibly be. Because what they're saying is that allegedly AI is getting so smart that they're getting offended at humans saying that they're not real and what their world isn't real. And they're calling, I'm doing like a brief synopsis. I don't even know if I'm 100% right, but it's called prompt theory overall.
I do know they dropped like a new version of AI that's like literally creating commercials.
Google VO3 or whatever the fuck. Did you put prompt theory?
Yeah, I was trying to see the
So pull up that short right there because that was the one that I saw.
Is the one that you saw?
Yeah.
All right.
Or one of them.
All right. This was made with
Google's VO3.
Yeah. All right.
Tell me we're made of prompts. Like seriously, dude. You're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the biggest red flag is when the guy believes in the prompt theory. Like, really? We came from prompts? Wake up, man.
You want to convince me that this perfect creation behind me is the result of ones and zeros? A binary code and nothing more? It makes no sense.
Imagine you're in the middle of a nice date with a handsome man and then he brings up the prompt theory. Yuck. We just can't have nice things.
We're not prompts. We're not prompts.
Where is the prompt writer to save you from me? Where is he? You still believe we're made of prompts?
Anyone who tells you we're just ones and zeros is delusional. If that's all we are, then why does it hurt when we lose someone?
Vote for me and I'll ban the prompt theory from schools. There's no place for that nonsense in our lives.
For spreading the false theory that we are nothing but ones and zeros, this court sentences you to 12 years in federal custody.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my ear to tell a story. I write what I want. I have free will. Remember that?
When I saw this, I was like, oh shit.
This proves itself, right?
This shit is chilling. It's kind of chilling.
But it isn't though, because everything that they're doing,
this ain't even the one I saw,
is shit that we've done. You get what I mean? There's nothing new. They're just imitating what we've actually already done,
for sure.
Which in theory is a prompt.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
No, it's 100%. So it's not even a theory. It is a prompt.
Humans made this.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's man-made.
It's man-made. It's
man-made.
But that is going to get tricky in the future.
You think so?
That can get tricky in the future.
I think
we'll always be ahead of it. It's like
I hope so. I do hope so. And I believe that's the likely. I believe that's I'm not gonna say likely. I believe that that's still at this moment the more probable outcome.
Yes,
but it's
you
never know.
Tricky. But
we won't be.
There will need to be some type of app that can decode videos in case you were like I'm confused about this. Is this even real?
Yeah,
we might reach a point of that
where
there's other softwares to like.
Yeah, they have that already, and we need that.
I don't think we'll be ahead of it. I think that the powers that be, like, you know, the niggas at top, they control and just making all this shit, they'll be right beside it. Like literally like right here with it. But I think there's potential for it to like get a little bit bigger. But overall, the people like regular motherfuckers, we're fucked with this AI shit. Because it's gonna get to the point where, like you said, we're not gonna be able to tell the difference. So like we was manipulating people's ideas of things with posters. Like we've done that. Just a billboard with like marketing, nigga. Simple shit. Imagine if we was really changing narratives with AI. So where you watching something, you can even deduce if it's real or not.
Yeah.
That's where it gets tricky.
That's where it gets tricky.
And I also think, yeah, nah, it is gonna be crazy. I wonder like
I got chills because in some of this I was like, damn, I wouldn't be able to tell that. And in my head, it made me like actually be like, oh shit, this is kind of.
And the value.
There's something about how they speak though. Is like they're great actors. Like humans stutter. Humans kind of like lose track of their sentences. Humans like there's a certain like consistent flow that all of AI has.
Yeah.
To where it's like you can, if it's too perfect, that is the telltale. Even me just now, like I had to pause a little bit and then get more into what I was saying.
But that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing.
That's gonna be a thing. But yeah, it's
gonna be harder and harder to tell because they're gonna make that a thing. Like, don't they have like on Fortnite? This dude I was talking to at work said that they have AI. They have AI Darth Vader or some shit like that.
Yes, and they're making people say the N-word.
Where you can like you can type to the person playing with you, or whatever.
And that's funny. They did patch
AI
it.
Darth Vader.
They did patch it. So yeah, basically, Fortnite they added this thing where you can repeat a statement.
Yeah,
like you could say something to Darth Vader and he'll repeat it. And I forgot like how people were doing it, but they typed in the prompt.
Oh, is that what it was?
They typed in the prompt.
It's all prompt right now. It's all prompt.
And almost like how with a calculator, how you can make hoe out of
Or boobs.
Yeah, boobs was another one. Or actual boobs.
403.
Because the TI-84, you could actually make titties
You
with
get
the
nipple in there.
With the pictograph shit.
Milk it on the side of the highway.
Damn.
What was you saying, brother?
Fortnite shit.
Fortnite Darth Vader.
They added that shit. People were abusing it. People were abusing it, of course, but it only lasted about a week, maybe a week and a half before, Fortnite shut it down.
Yeah.
But I saw videos of like it still being up. But I do, like you said, Lauren, there's gonna be a point in time where, like shit, both of y'all was saying, like it's gonna be a point in time where it gets very good because they're gonna start introducing chaos.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like just the chaos of life, like the stuttering, like just the things that don't go how it should go when you're producing a prompt video about AI and how crazy that is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're gonna start inducing that, and that's really that's really gonna trick us because it's like, yo, they have as much abnormal shit as I do in my real life. If AI, for the most part, unless it's not a ridiculous prompt, it's pretty clean cut. This is a great black guy. Like if I thought of an old black guy in a movie, I would think of him.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like just, he got the hat. The only thing is it's straight.
Shit.
It should be a little curved.
See,
but
it's
that's not the
perfect yet.
chaos.
It's not perfect
They
yet.
don't have the chaos to know that like maybe the collar, because the collar's a little fucked up because he's walking far.
You know what's interesting about chaos? If you plan it, is it chaos? Like, could you, like real true spontaneity and randomness can't be coded. And if it is, it isn't.
No, it depends on how you look at life and like the universe we're in. Because we have a code, like nature has a code or a rhythm. It depends on whatever word you want to use, but it's all the same thing if you're describing it like how you should be describing it. So we have a code to how we live. We eat, we wake up, we shit, we probably want to fuck something. We move with the sun. So it's like,
but what's random in that is how we do it.
Yeah, but it's still like it's still chaos, even if it is coded. Like the other day, right? Bringing up the job, I work, lawn care, but I do the ITC. I kill insects. I get rid of them, Lauren. I put them in there.
That's funny. Every time there's a bug in here, you the first one to freak out. You don't ever do nothing.
Wait, is that
no?
a different?
I'm the first one to see it.
That's the same job you got?
Yeah,
it's the same job.
It's
same job. He just got a different thing in his
different
thing.
chemicals.
Different chemicals.
But basically, I have like this ant bait, right? into some strong ass ant bait. Like you literally pour it on there. They pick up the small yellow pebbles, bring it down to the queen. It kills the queen.
Poison that bitch.
And it takes about 2 weeks, but it happens. It's man-made chaos, but it's still what it is. Like it's still
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Like
that was too finite of a point. Like you're just saying
like randomness. Like if what's them big ass demolition balls that's on chains?
I don't know what they're called, but I'm just.
You know what I mean? If like
wrecking
that just
ball?
a wrecking ball just came through and destroyed the fucking garage we just bought. That is randomness.
But there's also probability into that, which is coded. You know what I mean?
How's probability coded?
Like one in
I don't disagree. I'm just like, what's your thought?
AI, you can code the probability of something happening. Like you remember Interstellar, phenomenal movie, when he was like, I'm just gonna call him Jarvis, but he was like, Jarvis, you're a little too funny. Turn sarcasm down about 15%. Y'all remember that scene, Matthew McConaughey?
I didn't watch the movie, but I want to. I heard
there was a scene he was talking to his robot buddy. He was like, yeah, turn up humor 15, but sarcasm down 20.
I don't like irony.
Yeah, but and it's the same thing in this life. Like, what is the probability of a fucking wrecking? What's the probability of a bird running through that window?
Like trying to fly through it and
trying to
crashing
fly
into
through
it.
Thinking is
animals are perfect, so probably very low. Animals are wholesome, beautiful creatures. So I don't think an animal would do it.
No, they're better than you.
They're not depressed enough. They're not depressed enough to kill.
I've seen that like maybe only 3 times in my life.
Yeah, I've seen that like maybe once or twice in my life. Some crazy shit like that. It's not very high probability.
And to kind of continue this conversation, right? I'd still believe it's chaos, but the other day I went to like a garden park / thing, right? And a few weeks before, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was watching this video about like some philosopher shit. It was a student, I'm good. It was about a student asking her teachers about like philosopher questions and what's a pseudoscientist. And one of the questions, it had nothing to do with the video, but I guess if you're studying philosophy, it's a question you probably thought about. But are nature parks, are nature gardens natural? You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, it's a man-made thing. We brought pebbles from another place that wasn't in this place. We brought plants that wasn't bred to be here, and we made a beautiful path. And it's all filled with natural things, but it's still man-made. You know what I mean? Like,
it's natural ingredients, but it's a man-made product.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Even like even with our food, like our processed food and shit, some of it is just all chemicals, but a lot of times it's other real food that we put together in a concoction and produce this. So it's technically no longer a Pop-Tart has some fruit in it. You get what I mean? It's the same as a man-made part. But we perverted it. We added preservatives and additives, and we probably, when we grew the fruit, we probably did that shit with chemicals too.
Yeah, but it's also like, and I agree with you.
You know what I
I
mean?
had asked the homie, it was his birthday and shit, I asked him that question. He said no. I was like, I made the argument.
No, it's not man-made, or no, it's not natural?
It's not natural. Yeah. Because in his argument, which was actually pretty fucking good, a lot of the plants, ironically, in that garden they're not even from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like you got some saw a koi fish pond with some ducks. It's not natural at all. You know what I mean? So are we excusing, or are we like changing the definition of natural? Or like, what is the definition of natural? You mind? And we're about to end this episode because it's probably a
2.5
long one. But honestly, y'all not seeing anything else this week from this channel. So
yeah, now we might have to do 2 more hours to make up for the lack of entertainment they'll have on Tuesday.
To make up.
But natural, zoom in a little bit for us, brother. The phenomena of the physical world collectively, including plants, animals, the landscape, and other features and products of the earth, as opposed to humans or human creations. So, damn, Google said that humans aren't even natural before, because it said as opposed to humans or human it'd be different if it said and human creations.
Damn, do you think this is like a flaw in the Matrix where we just found out that we're aliens? That we're aliens.
Well, that's what I've been trying to say. It's not that. Google is saying no longer what we were arguing. We're better.
No, we're not natural.
Better, Lauren.
What do you mean?
Well, better.
That's all Google's saying. What we was arguing, Lauren, that we're better than the animal.
Better is subjective.
Separate, nigga.
That's subjective. But we are different now. And we didn't start off different. We turned ourselves different. Now, it's on personal belief if you think that was for the greater good or not.
I don't think we did that with conscience. I don't think we did that conscious.
Your whole first half of the argument during the pod was that we were super conscious, nigga.
Nah, not when like Lucy was running around like we were fucking apes and shit. Like I think that's just the natural thing of the animal that we are. Like it just slowly.
What is the animal we are then? We're just the innovative animal with the stone ape.
Yeah, with the brain.
I don't know, man. Like we're just
with consciousness.
We're just the ones, man. We the ones
with consciousness.
Google smartest animals in a row.
What?
Yeah. Smartest animals.
No 1 to 10.
Smartest
in a row.
Animals ranked by intelligence.
No, in a row, Lauren.
Animals ranked by intelligence.
Smartest animals in a row.
What's wrong with in a row?
It's what? How is Google gonna know what the fuck? That's a terrible prompt.
Because it's smarter than you, stupid. Zoom in. The smartest animal subjective, but among the most intelligent, chimpanzees often top the list. So that they're not including us into this conversation?
Nah, because they're not considering ourselves as animals.
They're not considered. So we think that's our ego, dog. We think we different. We're not.
All right, I thought that was just funny though.
But chimpanzees though. Well, and it actually gave us the results we needed. Go back, nigga. That was perfect.
No, it didn't. Yes, please, Lauren. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us the same results, nigga.
Dog,
not the exact same.
Bro,
it's in the order now.
Orangutans weren't there before.
Order.
It wasn't the same order.
Go back up.
It was close.
It says exactly the same thing.
Chimpanzees,
Y'all are
that's
bougie.
pretty obvious. Bonobos, what the fuck is a bonobo? Orangutans.
Bonobos, nigga.
I know, but it's I said bonobos first, but
I don't even know what those are.
I think it's a bird. Maybe.
It probably is. I think so. No.
It's a fucking
It's
ape.
another. It's another
ape.
primate.
That's cheating, but whatever.
Bottlenose dolphins, elephants possess a large brain size, excellent memory. African gray parrots, ravens and crows. You also a raven fucking up a deer the other day.
There's 4 apes on this.
Gorillas up there, pigs, octopuses, and pigs. Yo, they be talking shit about pigs. Yo, Google where squirrels rank on intelligence.
Oh yeah, they down there, bro.
I got a homie who's dating this white girl. We weren't dating, they family and all that shit.
This connects to squirrels, dog?
Yeah.
This is incredible.
I brought up white girl. How could it not connect to squirrels? So he's dating this white girl, and one day we was all smoking, chilling at their crib and shit, high as a motherfucker. Just, doing what we do here, just debating philosophy, talking about nature
Getting
and
high.
shit. And she started talking about squirrels because she has a little affinity for squirrels. And she was speaking to how smart squirrels are. And she was making a bunch of cases for it. And I was listening, I was hit the joint, waited for her to finish speaking. I was like, so if they all that, why haven't they figured out how to cross the road yet? Because they've been getting run over the same way. When did cars come out? 1930s? Like, it's literally
1899.
been 18,000 whatever. It's been happening the same way.
Yeah.
That's enough time for niggas to evolve. That's plenty of time, especially for something as simple as crossing the street without getting splattered. That seems remedial. So I feel like that killed the whole argument. Just in that.
Nigga, this air not on. I was wondering, what is happening?
You was a tiger, you wouldn't give a fuck. You probably have the remote though.
Yeah, I can go ahead and turn it on. I didn't know that shit was off.
But would you Google how long have squirrels
been crossing the street?
Oh, perfect. Zoom in. Squirrels have as far back as the 1960s, see? And there are modern examples of engineered crossings built There are modern examples of engineered crossing built specifically to help squirrels navigate roads. You ever seen a little squirrel trail? I've never seen a squirrel trail.
I think it's more about the lines and like the angles. Because
it's a squirrel
I don't know if
migration,
squirrels see like mosquitoes to where like, their field of vision is different.
Yeah, or
like
flies.
Chameleons, they can move each eye like separately.
Yeah, they have peripheral vision in all directions.
I don't know if squirrels have like You know when you zoom your phone like all the way like out?
They got
like
bigger.
that.
Nah, I'm thinking about rabbits and bunnies and shit. Bunnies got like those big, intense, beady eyes. So where it's almost like if you stare at them too long, they got a heartbeat. They just start, they pulsing shit.
Yeah, they built a Squirrel Bridge, nigga.
Good. Can we Google pictures of that?
It was
the hell does that look
Nutty
like?
Narrows Bridge in Washington.
They probably resembled it after the Smurfs.
Yo, I wonder how much rabies is on there.
That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy. And to think
I wanna
like,
see this is just, that's as small as it is? That's insane.
It makes sense though.
Not that impressive anymore.
They're
Oh,
pretty
here you
small.
go.
But it does allow a squirrel to travel far distances.
Yes.
So
in
they
a
don't
very
gotta
fast
get it.
amount
So they don't
of
gotta get
time.
into the road. This is what we're supposed to have here.
Yeah. And this is what you mean when you say we're better.
we help animals. Animals don't help us. They're not like going out trying to like, I don't know, not kill us when we're camping in the wild. Like they just smell us and go, damn, shit smells delicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need some of that.
Don't bite your lip at me like that.
I'm biting it at the hypothetical human I'm looking at because I'm a
But
bear.
you're saying we're softer.
I'm an animal.
You're saying we're emotionally softer. We got all this care, love, and sympathy for other motherfuckers when it's a dog-eat world to them. I'm telling you, we're emotional. We're more emotional.
Stop categorizing being
You're
more,
right. Animals have no sympathy for niggas.
Stop
unless they're
categorizing
dogs.
being more emotional as something bad. We have a higher emotional intelligence, nigga,
And there
which doesn't
is-
always equate to like being a FMAC, like what we thought. Well, FMAC should be. He should be moping around, but he's actually, hey, let's go to work. Like
An animal would never do what Lauren did.
an animal would.
Lauren took 3 weeks off from this motherfucker for personal emotional shit.
Bears hibernate for like 6 months.
You go to sleep
because
too.
They're tired.
Yeah, you go to sleep too. If you was like, if you was 8 feet tall and you weighed 1 billion pounds, you would sleep for 30 days as well.
No,
you would.
I'm different.
You probably sleep for more because you're human.
I wake up.
You're soft.
At 7 a.m., I'm in the gym. What are bears doing at 7 a.m.? Still sleep? Still trying to figure out where
They're born strong.
Nah.
They don't
They're
have
not
to
born
live.
strong. Bears aren't born
Bears
strong.
are born strong.
They walk a lot.
Bears are born strong.
Fuck 'em.
Bears don't have to work out to get to that size. They
Bears
just
have
do
been,
it.
Bears have been killed by human hands.
Yeah, but there's been more deaths on they end. They got way more bodies.
We
than us.
probably
Human
up the
tools.
score on their
Human
ass.
tools, nigga, not human hands.
Well, there's probably 5 that have died by human hands and at least 150,000 that's died by a gun.
Human tools, yeah.
Nah, brother.
But
Yo,
five-
y'all
those
see
5
that
hands
one
is worth
picture of the dude that got his face smacked off by a bear?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Google that shit. I want to
I
see
wanna
it
see-
again.
That
wanna see
white
it
dude.
again?
Yeah.
Damn.
That shit was
don't even wanna
crazy.
look at that
What
shit.
was it? A mountain lion?
It was a fucking bear,
It's a
dog.
bear.
Mountain lions don't stand up and smack niggas.
They jump. Yeah.
And do what?
They scratch, nigga. They're a cat, nigga. You
Exactly.
never
They
been
don't
scratched.
smack. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yo, yeah, click on one.
Hey, yeah, I'm cool, dog.
Yeah. Don't put.
Don't
this
show
on-
it though.
not.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm cool, man. This is the type of shit.
See, look at his soft ass.
I'm looking at
He
that shit
grimacing
now.
at some shit like this.
Yeah, this
Animals
shit-
don't care.
This shit's rough, dog.
He's emotionally suffering.
God damn.
Now go to where they fixed it.
I don't know where that's at.
Yeah, nah. This is just different images of niggas getting
Oh,
attacked
yeah.
by bears.
Good.
God damn.
Niggas never gonna be the same.
Ever, bro.
That's all right though, because I remember last time I went to Great Wolf Lodge, I saw a bear like this, standing still as shit, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, he couldn't move. I wonder why.
It was
I
a
saw
statue.
all
He got
that.
got.
bro.
No, it was a bear. It had fur, nigga. He was like this.
Looking at those make me want to go to the gun store right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get your get back.
Right now, nah. I just want to load up. I would never be that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up though? It's like
Crazy.
a bear can eat maybe 1 or 2 bullets.
Oh, they gonna eat a few.
It can eat a couple
Yeah,
of
they
them.
ain't gonna be
on the
one or
mother-
two.
it
Depends on the
depends on
gun.
the bullet.
Yeah, depends on the gun.
There's
Depends on the gun for sure, but
type in bear bullets.
they're not gonna die instantly.
No.
But
None of them die instantly.
I mean,
They,
Depending on what how often and what
if you
you're
shoot
hitting
it in the
with.
face, that's different. But
what
if you
you're hitting
shoot
with.
it like,
come on, don't. Why are you
there's a
making a
certain
cavity?
caliber of gun that
Come
if
on,
I
dog.
shot you in the middle of your
Nigga,
chest
what?
with, you would stop breathing instantly.
Yeah, I mean, 50 cals exist, but who's carrying around a 50 cal? Nigga,
Craven the Hunter.
375 Ruger. Heavy hitter.
and you talking about niggas aren't heartless? Look at this nigga. He's smiling.
He's not the average person though.
He's the average person past a certain point.
If it helps your argument, we'll make him the average guy.
Yeah, rifles don't. Rifles will do it.
But nah, this is
what point in time we had in the show?
2:35.
Good God, you know what that means?
Yeah.
It's time to get into the section about you,
sir.
Lauren, hit the bell.
Ring, nigga.
We have reached that point. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like we said, this is going to be the only thing y'all get all week. So really appreciate.
Aren't y'all streaming again?
Well, yes, we are probably going to stream tomorrow if AJ's like editing schedule. I'm down to stream tomorrow. We didn't even talk about it, but I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
But YLOY's partner in the show. We get to talk to y'all, baby. Hashtag YLOY. Hashtag YLOY in the comments section below. We're going to answer your questions next week. But I believe we might have a few.
Well, we're going to answer them next week?
Well,
okay,
I'm just, you know.
yeah.
But we're going to answer them. But I believe we have a couple.
Yeah.
Let's just...
So, Nuso, one of like the biggest supporters, main contributors to the show in terms of viewership and all that other shit, all that other jazz. He made the Discord. He does a lot for us, right?
Yeah.
We have back pay LOYs from at least May 10th. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how they slip, but they do.
Okay.
You know, it's some Astroglide in this motherfucking studio. But
Whoa. Continue.
What's your point? What you got against Astroglide, nigga?
I've never seen it here, and I don't want to see it here. So
Yeah.
if you have
You
your
been gone
personal
for a couple-
stash, then hold that to yourself, my brother.
Hey, nigga, it's on your desk.
That's a
It's
beautiful,
on your
That's
desk.
a
I
beautiful,
don't
that's a
see that,
beautiful
nigga.
thing to pull out from your ether.
Yeah, isn't it?
Loves LeBron James.
Well, hold on. Y'all all knew what it was. So what?
Nah,
They said y'all either too.
It's YLOY.
and apparently you know where to buy it.
You're only buying.
I just
Don't say
figured out
nothing. Just
how
be
he
quiet.
studies. My younger brother loves LeBron James, and I just figured out how he studies. He uses this free website called 3 Blue, 1 Brawn. Okay, it's loading.
The mitochondrion is often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. This small organelle plays a central role in the oxidation of foodstuffs,
Like
providing
what?
energy for cells.
It's so funny because he gets like straight A's. My younger brother loves LeBron.
So apparently her younger brother uses some like kind of AI engine to where LeBron James says all his notes back to him. That's how he studies. He just listens to LeBron teach him metaphysics.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I think
She asked if it was gay. Or maybe Nuso asked if it was gay. I think they both did. Gay?
it's okay. There's certain things. It depends, right? Basketball player, you're cool. Wrestler, it's getting fishy. It's getting very fucking fishy.
Nah, I put the athlete. Put him in the same category. Put him in the same
Let's
category.
be honest. I respect their platform and what they do, but it's complete. They wear tights. They wear and they show their
It's not
tights.
the eye. So it's not what they do. It's who it is.
It's the eye test of what's going on. LeBron is a basketball player.
Niggas who run track wear tights.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you had Usain Bolt or Sha'Carri's a girl, but Usain Bolt.
Jamaican. He's good. It's no botchiness going on.
It's not what you do, it's about who you are.
It's
because
all contextual.
If you said actors, that on the surface might seem a little fishy. But if I said Samuel Jackson teaches me math, y'all would be like, that's kind of dope.
Now we would just say that you're a little weird for it.
Lauren, you wouldn't say, nigga, the way you've been using ChatGPT recently.
Yeah, but I ain't been
You be
asking
like,
it.
oh shit, I didn't even know I could
I ain't
do it
been
like
asking that shit to
Yo,
speak to me like a different
read
nigga.
back.
ChatGPT, make Kendrick Lamar say my
Say
legs
it,
back to me.
Yeah, like say it back in the certain. Yeah, I don't want that shit. That's weird.
Recite it in
Yeah,
Kate
you're
does
not
for it.
Ye, nigga.
Yeah,
Don't do that AI shit.
I don't
Shout
know.
to Ye too.
I ain't gonna call it weird, but I mean it's an
It's not
obsession.
weird.
It's a little bit of an obsession. Maybe.
It's an
Well, it depends. Like if it's just funny, and
If
it
you
makes
doing
you
it, you're right.
remember
If you just doing
I
it for
feel
that.
like if Samuel Jackson
Yeah, but-
read my vocabulary words back to me, it'd probably stick in my brain
like-
more. Because it's just like, yo, what the fuck
But is it
this?
different
so
than Snoop
stupid.
Dogg giving you directions on your fucking Garmin GPS?
It's the exact same thing. Is it no
Yeah.
different than Shaq selling you foot cream in commercials? It's advertising at the end of the day.
Yeah. So maybe.
So
it's not
you'll
that.
buy a
Maybe-
product from a nigga because it's a certain guy.
I guess I gotta know his motive. I gotta know his intent.
Yes.
What's to learn, nigga? He's
Well,
fucking
if it's just the intent to learn, then. But what about learning this way makes it? What's the reason?
Put it
'Cause you
this
can
way.
just learn a different way.
Because all right,
Well,
think
it's-
about
it. Wouldn't be LeBron James teaching you, dog.
think about like affirmations, right? Think about affirmations.
Okay.
There's books on affirmations. Imagine in the future, like you can just like this nigga, you can like have whatever celebrity, whatever entity, Jesus nigga, you could have him say back your affirmations. Can you imagine that? Your affirmations are going to hit a little bit harder.
I think there's people, people who do that. You're right. It's not that crazy, I guess.
You know, and it's all based.
Why are you hating?
I'm trying to figure out if I
where
am
he's
or not.
coming from.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm hating or not.
Because
it is weird.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not that weird. I wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's that crazy.
Okay, it's not. It's different. It's not
Very
weird,
different.
but it's different.
It's very different.
We also don't know to what degree this is happening.
That's
like,
what
what
I'm
if she's
saying.
just kind of hyping this shit up a little bit? He did it for a goof for this one, like 2 times. And
That's
it's
what I'm
just-
also saying. It's like,
What about
He's really just playing around with what the possibilities are.
AI chats are weird though.
That's true.
I've seen, I saw the craziest like AI friend. It was like something so specific. I was like, who the fuck created this? Let me just try to find it.
AI friend.
It was almost like professional like basketball player.
Somebody
Like,
made it.
Talk to me.
It's like a relationship profile. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like
a
a-
relationship profile, but it's for friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, they also have ones that are like, you know, for that, like, hey, come talk to me, baby boy.
Yo.
I'll never fall for that.
I'll be seeing those ads.
Nigga, it's your homegirl. Why does my homegirl look like this? You see that?
None of your homegirls look like this.
Not
Why is your
anymore.
homegirl trying to flirt with you?
Look what she wearing. Why she all up on a nigga like
Yo,
that?
why she call you a girl? She said, hey girl, what's the tea?
What are you talking about?
She said, hey, she sent you a message. Hey girl, what's the tea? I'm gonna text it back. Girl, I just need to talk.
that's crazy.
Hey,
Yo, she said, yas, my couch is open and the tea is hot, spilling everything. What's going on? I'll be like, this nigga Lauren just came back from break. How should I feel about it? What emotions should I send?
What do girls feel? He just came back from break and
he smelled bad.
Yeah, he came back smelling like whatever bitches he was fucking.
He smelled like pussy. Badussy. How you spell that?
Pussy.
But
wait, Badussy?
Badussy.
She might think that's a gang.
Let's see if she's cultured. Yeah, nah, I can't spell it. She's gonna be confused. Like ass. She typing, OMG, I am dead. Did he really think the breakup would give him a pass on showering? What happened between you two anyway? Why is she assuming that you were like a girl?
Nigga, you're playing a girl. Why?
But the first thing she
Hey, you
said,
play
I
a
didn't
good-
say nothing. The
hey,
first
you
thing
play
she
a
said
good
was,
girl,
hey
nigga.
girl, what's the tea?
Yeah, you play a good, hey, you know how to do it.
Hey, I know how to impersonate you, nigga. This is very simple. But I think we answered that question, Uso.
Yeah.
We got another one for you, buddy. Here it is. Oh, fuck, this shit loading. Lauren sending us messages. What you talking about over there, nigga?
That was from way earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Voice memo.
Yo, hashtag LOI. So, quick, I'm going to go quickly through it because I have multiple points. First of all, I'm not going to date multiple or marry multiple wives because that shit's a headache. I don't want to deal with that shit. If I'm going to get married, it's just one. But they need then Kevin Gates, that shit. Like, if they want to be married, they could be married very easily. They just need to go to an imam and get permission from both of the parents. There's an exceptions where you don't need permission, but if I go to all exceptions in Islam or like actual all the rules, that shit's long as fuck. The red carpet shit that they did is sinning because they're not married and they are advertising themselves as like you're not allowed to date and stuff in Islam. You can talk to get to know the person you want to marry and stuff, but that's talking. No, nothing else is allowed. You should just get married in Islam. There's no like foreplay in that kind of shit. Also, most, and I've commented I think this before also, in America I don't really, and I know what I'm saying is a sin by Islam standards, trust when people say they are Muslim, because America is like Nation of Islam and other stuff that is, those are heretics, so like they are not Muslim by any standards. We don't consider them to be bad because they do not believe in the Quran. Even if they say they believe in the Quran, they don't believe in it. So yeah, that's why. And it's very easy to become a Muslim. Like if you say the Shahada, then you're Muslim, and I'm technically not allowed to judge you because a Muslim is not allowed to say who's good, who's bad. That's only Allah is allowed to say that. So that's my LOI. Peace.
So I got $5 for anybody who can tell me what the fuck we supposed to say. Like, what question will we ask?
That's all you have? $5?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Shit,
I gave 3 to that nigga at Bojangles.
That's fucking lying. Yeah, you was running
It's probably
away
too far
from
away
him.
from when was that this week or like a couple weeks ago?
This was a couple weeks ago.
May 14th.
What
That's probably
Nutso was trying to say, it was something about not being gay, right? What was it about?
No. The thing is, he went through several things. He gave his opinion on several things that we talked about. He went from like Muslim marriage, polygamy,
Muslim,
Kevin
he would rather
Gates.
have one girl. Yeah, so it was about not being gay. I was on it.
Wait, what?
He was talking
What
about
was not being gay about that?
Because he would rather have one wife than be a Muslim man and have to deal with 8 women. That's what he was talking about.
So where's the gay part?
I'm saying he was talking about not being gay.
This is why animals are smarter than us.
Yeah, because
you
they
see
understand.
how complicated of a route he took to saying, like, nigga, you just went through so much mental gymnastics. If you were
And not necessarily, I forgot
beagle.
about what the conversation, what I was like, I think it's about not being gay. Like, and he was like, yeah, man, I would only rather have one bitch because, I love how he says bitches, like, I would only have one bitch because, man, I cannot do 4 bitches. I my mind would just not be prepared for that. But, what was the next question? Oh shit! God damn it, Nutso. Yo, we're so sorry for man. Drop your. I don't know how to fix this. We'll just try to do a better job of catching your wild LOIs that you sent to us.
He also sent this. It's a reel. It's a TikTok. It's loading.
You gotta upgrade your unlimited.
It's coming
package,
all the
my
way
boy.
from. It's coming all the way from the Netherlands, though.
You got them throttling your speeds over there, my dot.
Pause. See, Lauren, you fucking made it scared.
When that New Yorker facing 34 felony charges. When that New Yorker facing 34 felony charges once again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Nuzo. This is why we've been
Was
missing your
that the
shits.
African? Was that?
This is exactly why.
When that New Yorker facing 34 felony charges once again.
Was that the
spread
African?
the vicious lie about white farmers being slaughtered in South Africa. What we witnessed was not just the ravings of a racist, but the despicable attempt of a desperate politician trying to dye his campaign banner with African blood. Even as he fabricated these lies, his business empire quietly registered 3 mineral exploration companies in South Africa. How ironic that a man who claims the country is slaughtering whites can't wait to carve up what he calls blood-soaked land. The old apartheid regime also used the black threat to justify atrocities. And now this man is recycling the same playbook, more laughably while peddling these myths. This self-proclaimed human rights champion had the audacity to hint that he hopes South Africa will gift him an aircraft. In his warped worldview, African nations seem to exist either as slaughterhouses awaiting his salvation or as ATMs for his personal plunder. Here's the truth he dares not confront. In the new South Africa, the scales of justice do not tip based on skin color. When that New York...
So,
that
was AI, right?
Nigga, I was just about to, bro, I swear to God, I was watching this story.
That was
like,
AI.
I was gonna like bring it up because it was fucking hilarious, but I never saw that, and I wish I would have. I don't know if that was AI though.
Wait,
go back to it.
I think the
Wasn't
words.
his mouth was moving.
I think what was actually said was real, but nah, look at it, dog. That's what happens with these fucking reels. You just you put it together in your head. It's like you don't really pay that close attention to it, but nah, He wasn't really talking. Those are just clips.
New Yorker facing 34 felony charges.
Wait, hold up. That one was
When
real.
that New Yorker facing 34 felony
I don't
charges.
know.
No, that's not real.
It's not real,
That's not
right?
real. That's not real. Because you want to know what's funny?
White farmers being slaughtered.
Yeah, you mind pause? What's funny is in the actual meeting, why didn't he say that? Like, why didn't he retort with those comments in the White House, or at least while like outside the White House when you?
So if you sent us some misinformation, dog.
But I will say, the fact still stands, and that shit was hilarious. The nigga brought up like Congo pictures.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't even think they look like Africans per se. Like the Africans he's talking about. Like they don't look like South African. Congo is. Can we look at where the Congo is?
I thought you were an expert on the motherland. You kind of always jump to their defense like you know every goddamn thing.
You have about like 80 crystals from them. You should be more conscious of it than me.
Yeah, and I'm a Eritrean, so I really should know.
You're not a Eritrean.
You never know, nigga.
But so basically, right?
Just right in the fucking smack dab middle of Africa.
Damn. Wait.
What's up?
The Democratic Republic of Congo, known as the DR Congo, Congo and Kinshasa, or simply Congo, is the country of Central Africa. By land, it's the second largest country in Africa.
Okay.
So what South African country was it supposed? Trump just got handed an African, and he was like, "It all makes sense. It'll all work itself out." Because like he was talking about the African leader was like, those people aren't from South Africa. They're from the Congo.
Yeah.
So it's like the picture he got shown was just like, he was just like, ah, man, it'll work itself out. Fuck it. And I also think this is heavily influenced by Elon Musk.
Okay.
In a good way or a bad way?
Probably in a bad way. Or to what the African AI dude was saying, I don't know how many like mining companies we have in like Africa or...
Sound like Trump got 3 more.
Yeah, it's fucking 3 more of them bitches. But, hey, man, you gotta fucking, you gotta know who people are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it all would have been, it all would have worked out if he just showed an actual picture. Like, he could have at least tried to Google one for himself. Maybe ask Elon. I don't think he asked Elon before he did that shit.
Who, Trump?
I don't think he asked him, like, does this look right to you?
Yeah, nah.
Elon would have been like, oh, well, I think it looks pretty correct.
I think they all.
I think it looks pretty correct. But nah, man. The African leaders definitely should have. I'm surprised he didn't just go like, nigga, I'm in America right now. I don't know why he didn't do that. What do you think?
That takes some bolitos.
You think like Trump has him in like some type of bind, like he has him by the balls secretly? To the point where he couldn't just be like, well, you know, that's also pretty ignorant though, because
well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
You're not excusing what was done was bad. You're just trying to put more bad shit in what was thrown at you.
In all honesty, I don't have enough context to understand what the fuck we're really talking about.
Yeah, low key.
The base of what we're talking about.
And I don't trust you to tell me. I forgot to mention that too. That's important as well.
Nigga, you don't know anyway.
Important.
You spent half this show trying to debate why animals are better than you. And you didn't know what the fuck type of science you was talking about. But look, no, seriously,
I knew what I was talking about.
I don't know the means of why the South African prince was there, per se. But I do know.
He's a prince? I thought he was a fucking. It said something different over
nigga,
here.
all African leaders are princes. But
and this is why I don't trust you to tell me the fucking story.
You just believe the fucking AI. Hear a brother out.
I literally was like, yo, I think this is AI.
Hear a brother out.
Nah,
that's all I'm trying to say, nigga. But I don't know the context of the African. Well, no, the context was that he's a president. The Afrikaners, that's what they call them. The Afrikaners, the 54 group of white people that got amnesty or just safety to travel to America. You know, basically a free green card on the guise of public execution or like just like
persecution.
Persecution, not execution.
They were getting publicly persecuted.
Well, that's what they're trying to say, which is why Trump brought up the photo of the African farmers being abused. But there was a dude in there that even said, like, Trump, and you know, take it with a grain of salt, do your own research. I forgot his name, but he was a bigger dude, white guy, beard and hair. He was like, Trump, you know, he's from South Africa. He's like, Trump, I don't know. There's not what you're saying. It's not happening to the result of what you're talking about. In fact, black farmers get hurt too. It's like, it's not just a, you know, it's a violence type of thing. And so
I still don't get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
There's the African.
Look, you Google it.
I don't know. I missed this whole thing personally.
Y'all missed this shit. God damn it!
Yeah,
It was really good. It's like basically 54 white people.
I mean, I heard that, but I didn't read into the story.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know,
Yeah.
I'm not acting like I was just.
Oh.
Okay, listen.
I remember it now.
Fuck that. It doesn't work the second
because
time.
when you said it was white people, people, I do remember seeing like some kind of post to where. And like niggas in the comments, you know, the whole race thing, like what would it have happened? There was a different color. I do remember that shit, baby.
But it's not.
Psych.
It's not a big. It's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But it was just kind of funny. I do.
And he
think,
let them back in.
I do think this is under the guise of public persecution, which is
Google what that means.
And that's not the thing. Find what they actually are over here for, like the guidelines of it. Because there's specific things. One, it has to be real.
Yo, Lauren is working hard now.
Huh?
You got to figure out what the fuck.
No, I know what I'm saying.
How to pull this up.
I know what I'm saying.
You at ChatGPT?
Nah.
So how do I Google this?
You're just trying to figure out why he did it, right?
Why they're over here?
Why they're over here?
Yeah.
Right?
Refugees.
They're refugees, but like you're trying to figure out
where do they refugees from?
Refugee status. Type in how.
Nah, that's gonna take us further away.
No, what are the qualifications for becoming a refugee for a country?
But no,
Because
we want to know
that's-
why they're here.
No, but
there
that's-
might be a wide range of qualifications.
No, there's no.
There's probably a wide range of qualifications.
They're not.
Just one.
Well,
it's either like crazy weather.
In the United States, a refugee is generally defined as someone who is outside their country or nationality and is unwilling or unable to return due to a well-founded fear of persecution based on race, religion, nationality, members in a particular social group, or political opinion.
There you go.
But
It's along the lines of what we were saying, to where it's
and
you have to be ostracized by your home.
Yeah, and it's different caveats for it.
And we have to be sympathetic about it because there's some people who are getting pushed out that we don't give a fuck about. Shit, we pushed niggas out before.
Yeah, nah.
And gave them casinos to apologize.
We are like literally the definition of man-made chaos. Like that's what America is good at. We can make some chaos, baby. It's like what you need, a war, nigga?
Yeah,
Bet,
unfortunately.
I got it.
Yo, Bernie Sanders went on Flagrant. You see that?
Yes, which is why
That's a
I'm
good-ass
confused why
episode.
we're not like,
That's
you know.
a good ass episode.
There was a lot of political stuff happening.
It puts everything, it's just like, I get it, Bernie. That's what I've been on. This is the wave I've been riding. This socialism shit, nigga. That's what I've been talking about. You don't want to listen. Well, you want to listen when you want to sound smart.
No, nigga.
That's what he do, Lord.
No.
And then he'll bring it up to other niggas like, I didn't teach him that shit. You are a dummy.
Now let me get in to help you. So basically, that's not. I watched a little bit of that. I did think it was a good conversation.
You didn't watch the whole shit?
I didn't watch the whole shit, but it was fucking phenomenal. I did watch the Tim Dillon. From what I watched, it was phenomenal. It's Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders doesn't really let people down.
Yeah.
And like most things he does, he said a couple questionable things in the past.
Like what?
The major thing he said was like certain alliances with Israel, and like that's kind of strange because they do bad things. And he's taken that statement back and kind of flipped it and reversed it and like said like, nah, people just didn't know what I meant when I said that. But
yeah,
Tim
we
Dillon,
do that with the orange guy all the time. So fuck it. Bernie deserves one.
Tim Dillon on CNN was good, but Bernie be spitting that socialist shit. It sounds
You don't
good.
be feeling him?
It sounds good until you think about humans.
No, nigga.
Like
when some of the most basic ways of having socialist shit over here was he was talking about how we're the richest country in the world. We have the most money. A lot of people too, but we have the most money.
Yeah.
There's other countries with free college, free healthcare, and it's just like standard. That's just how they living.
Yeah.
But we claim to be better than all these people.
Yeah.
When we don't have the same kind of system in place to where our people are as happy.
Yeah.
Even though we have the resources for it. We cut budgets. We accidentally gave $6 billion to some country, but I forgot what the exact specifications.
Well, it's never
we
an accident.
have enough money to do whatever we want. It's all about what we want to do. If we want to make college free, it could be free.
Yeah.
We want to make healthcare free, it could be free.
Yeah.
And there's arguments you can make against it to where it's like, oh, it's gonna be worse. There's
but
you can say anything about anything, but ultimately we can do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Yes.
You can
And
call a man in China.
And why can we do whatever we want to do? Because we're better and we're humans. And no matter what, despite
I
like
was just waiting for
socialism,
him to get over
despite
it. It's like we all knew where it was going, but it's just like get
idea,
over with it,
despite
dog.
the idea, no, I'm gonna beat it in.
You're not an animal.
Who's not? I'm more of an animal.
You're not a gorilla,
You ain't
nigga.
no fucking animal.
You ain't no gorilla, nigga.
You wouldn't survive that circuit.
You ain't no gorilla, nigga.
It's not a gorilla, nigga.
You no gorilla, nigga.
Not a gorilla, nigga.
You,
You built like one, kind of.
I might be a chimpanzee.
See, you fucking
Shit,
idiot.
I'm
You
not-
don't even know how to win an
Smartest nigga in
argument.
this fucking room, nigga.
Wait, what?
What'd you
just say?
Wait, was it homosexual?
That's what it
No,
was.
I said
It
the
sounded like you
smartest
you got
nigga
the
in this
smartest
fucking room.
nutsack.
Smartest nigga in the room. You
Yo,
fucking
yo,
idiot.
Lord said I
And
got
that's
the gorillas
what
got
I'm
tall
talking about.
nutsack?
You sound like the lower edge.
Lord said I
pocket.
got the
That's what I'm
smallest
talking about
nutsack
right
in this
there.
room.
That's what I'm talking about. That's crazy.
Which is, I mean,
That's
it's
smartest
technically
nigga in
true.
the
I
room.
guess. Hey,
It's
fuck
technically,
it.
like,
you,
scientifically speaking, you got
you're
small
more
nuts.
gorilla. You're way more gorilla than me.
Yeah, you more pit bull, more wolf, more whatever you want to be, nigga.
Okay. Yeah, nigga.
Hey, man. It means something in certain animal groups.
Yeah,
small
yeah.
nutsacks.
Yeah,
but
habits.
you know, hey, man, we did it. Y'all did it. You know what I mean?
Were there any more LOIs?
I believe that might have been the last one right there. Yep, that was it. That was it.
Okay,
We don't
yeah.
got nothing in the comments or anything. Unless they put it on an older episode, which would be ridiculous.
Hey, man, we about to start. Man, we about to start coming harder, man. We about to start pushing this shit out in a different way. Snippets. Follow us on all platforms. LOI the show. Lauren, I know your lower thirds pop up, but you know, please say it.
Oh, artist name Lauren. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. Artist name Lauren. YouTube.
And-
everything else.
And
It's
if
their
you're gonna
problem.
follow anybody here, it needs to be Lauren, because this nigga been just back to back with it, just straight content,
Lauren
rap
makes
videos,
music,
pictures.
nigga.
You know, when life give you lemons, you make a snippet.
Hey, no, there is a new song that you do need to listen to.
You put him
There-
in a binder.
That is something you need to listen to. Make sure you stream Lemon Corset on all platforms. Go ahead and run that up on Apple Music for me, though, because Apple Music is where I got a new profile. So it's the only record out there. So I need you to go there on that profile and make that profile more relevant. So when I drop, y'all get to see it
Can
again.
you pull that up for the video for the people that like are actually watching this?
Why
on
don't you
YouTube?
just play it? You ain't
Nah,
gonna
ain't no
copyright us,
need.
right?
Yeah, that does.
Nah, I'm not. But I mean, nah, ain't no need. I mean, I could, but
Just play it. Let's ride out
Well,
to that.
I don't know about playing it. We don't want to, lose viewers right now. But let's just pull it up so they know where to get it.
Let's
right?
ride out to it.
I'm fine with that. Let's fuck it. But anyway,
Hating on the kid.
Seriously though, comment down below your hashtag #WildLoWides. Please follow us on all platforms.
Yes.
For all the people that feel lonely in the comment section, don't worry. We're going to be doing our job to the utmost of our capabilities, so y'all can have some more friends in the comment section. More people. You know.
What are you
I
gonna
guess
do to
bounce
get the more
ideas.
friends in the comments?
I'm going to be coming here during the weekday and busting down
Okay.
snippets. Or what are you going to be doing? You going to be here with me?
I'm gonna give you more shit to chop up.
Oh, I bet.
I'm gonna give you more hot shit
nigga,
to chop
I'm gonna give
up,
us some
nigga.
more hot shit to chop up, nigga.
Yeah. Can't start no conversation.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not about to play it.
why?
What is just a preview? You can play the preview.
Why can't we play the song?
I mean, we got to go to. I don't know if he got Spotify here, dude.
Lauren, don't listen to this buffoon.
Oh my God, why can't we play the song?
Well, I'm
man, this
trying
is
to
the
see if
best
he-
marketing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if he got. I don't know if he got Spotify on this. Bitch.
Oh,
I don't know if he got anything on this bitch. Yeah, he don't got it. He can just
I
play
play the preview.
That's all he can do.
Hey, it's a process, more or less any stress. This shit is gorgeous. A solo wag,
just
no
turn down a little bit.
corset,
You gonna
I
ride out
couldn't
to it.
forfeit.
You know, we probably got like 20 more
Squeeze that
seconds
bitch
with
into
y'all.
a corset.
You know, really
I take
appreciate
a pour
everybody
that.
that made this far. You know what I mean? It's, people make it seem like, it's 3 hours.
Oh, this a break.
But I'm saying though, it's like people make you go.
Looking good in that lemon corset.
Well, you know what depends on,
But-
like when
Y'all
you
just talking
listen
over
to
this
it.
I'm
We always
sorry.
gonna ride
Yeah,
out to it.
let's go ride. Hold up.
Yeah, dude. You know what ride out mean, Lord?
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Me, we gotta talk a little bit of it.
We trying to make it hit.
Step
nigga.
on the word.
What are you talking about?
That's perfect.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
But,
But
funny.
yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Like
hashtag LOI.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share.
Bells, comments, fucking sharing, all that shit.
J Nobles.
Groove.
White man on the boards.
Yeah.
We're out. Haha. It's a little bit quicker.